Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. We have a very special delight for you. All these beautiful poets in this room. No feature, open mic all night. And as we have been doing, open room, last poet standing. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this piece. Yo, I recently met an astral being, one whom seemingly seemed to be spilling secrets to me for a reason. See, this light chose to hang out one night and drop some bars that left scars on the old me, molding my new form to a whole new free, seeing the true me from the very beginning, winning me over with a silver tongue and iron lungs. This being is beyond what you and I can even conceive. Achieve a higher lexicon so I could be blessed to be on the same stage as thee. Truly spectacular, this vernacular comes laced in threes. Trees fight to prevent the bend from the breeze. Whenever they speak, this cosmic force is more than anyone can see, adored by all who came to be in their presence. Relentless with the rhyme schemes, achieving higher dreams over the screams of liars and thieves. Clever poets play hide and seek in these spaces to avoid being faced with this ultimate reality that they seem to bring. We, well, we just call them family. Peace. Y'all guess
Wow.
who that was for?
Woohoo.
Nice, 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 nice. That was niceness. That was niceness to the elevation.
That
Love
was
it.
awesome. That was awesome. Touching, man. Touching.
Can anybody guess?
Two girls, man.
No,
Astro and the other one.
no. Although I did use Astro in it.
Yeah, you used
Whisper
Close
Boy.
Astro.
though.
It definitely ain't me.
Nah, hey, I got another one for you. I wrote the brother
My
one for
my
you.
my
Yeah,
style different. My
yeah, yeah,
style
yeah.
That
different.
one's for your mother, right?
No.
Oh, that's
He wrote me
amazing,
one.
bro.
He wrote me a mother one.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful,
I got
that's
one
a
for
Whisper
beautiful
Mom.
poetry.
writing. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece of
No,
writing.
not whisper it. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll tell you the title of it. The cause of an effect.
Cozzy.
Cozzy
Ah,
Coz.
you got yeah. As soon as I said it, I was like, let me leave the
Ah.
title out because that's gonna give it away.
Ah, that's
Cozzy
awesome.
Coz. Oh,
That
you
was for
gave it
Oh,
Cozzy
away.
Coz there.
You gave it
yeah.
away. You
Yeah,
knew.
Yo,
You knew the
that
moment
was
you say Cos, it was gonna
yeah.
be
That's why I
Cozzy
said I
Coz.
can't do. Yeah, I can't do the title yet. Let me read this to y'all. But
Stop
it would have
yeah,
playing,
been too
man.
revealing. It would have been too revealing.
That,
No.
that's the part of our Wu-Tang poetry clan, man.
yeah.
Ah. Word. I
Yeah,
man,
man,
thank
man.
you.
Wu-Tang
Thank you,
poetry
man.
clan.
And that's because of the beautiful tribute that you wrote for Catalyst and I that was just and like we
Oh
talked
man.
last night, you know what I'm saying, and I told you how we feel
Hmm.
about you and like just yeah, the world ain't ready for you. Like, but I'm gonna elevate instead of waiting for the world to catch up to him or dumb Kazi down so the rest of the world can understand him. We gonna bring the whole world to his level so then he can fully be appreciated. Cause Kaz, you are so fucking dope, bro. Like,
Thank you. Thank
um,
you. Thank you.
and we
Cozzy
appreciate everything
Coz,
you do, man.
Cozzy
Like,
Coz right now
Thank
could
you.
feature in every MC's album. You know, like
right?
Kendrick is fighting J. Cole. Cozzy Coz
Oh.
could step in that.
Oh.
Yo, for
Oh
real. Hey,
man.
and we
Oh
also have
wow.
we got a
Wow.
thing we working on where me and Cause was like, I'm
Mm.
working on this poem and he's fit me the first like stanza, and then I went ahead and I freestyled to it, and then he
Mhm.
spit it again and I freestyled to it. I think we did just two this round.
Uh,
Hmm.
He's gonna
I
pick
don't
Hmm.
one that
know.
he's gonna choose, and then we're gonna do that again. Then he's gonna write to my freestyle that I did
That's
at the
dope.
thing, and
That's
then he's
dope.
gonna send me, and then I'm gonna hear that writing with that, and then we're gonna continue on like that. So it's gonna be a
That's
collab,
dope.
which is both written and freestyled.
That's
back and
dope.
forth.
I would love to do like a collaboration with both of y'all, you know, like
Yeah, let's get
Absolutely.
on it. Let's
and
get on
also
it.
Absolutely.
and also Gustav.
Absolutely.
Like I've always like ever since
Yes.
I started this poetry dream, like I did some with lantern, you know, and that was one
Mm.
of the most
I could tell you
amazing
one
things of
thing.
my whole life. Like I couldn't sleep that night after we did that with lantern. But I'd love to do some with Gustav, and I'd love to do some with both of you, and
Yes.
I
like
think I have like 3 or 4 collabs with Gustav, and it's such an honor to
yeah,
work with him.
everybody wants to
Mm.
do.
Yeah,
Gustav
Gustav's
Mm-hmm.
like the
is the
collab
most
king over there. Yeah, he got
is the most
Gustav.
famous king
Yeah,
of
he
the
got my wife in a collab too. Like,
That's
uh,
what I was gonna
the
say.
most
Gustav was
famous
the
king of the
yeah, the king of
poetry
collabs.
room.
Gustav,
And
just a rough estimate. How many collabs do you think that you have under your belt right now with different folks?
9 or 10, something like
man,
that.
there you
I'm
go.
not
No,
totally
that's
more.
sure.
There you
It's got
go.
to be
I got
more.
like three
Wow.
or
I only
four with
have
you, man.
one.
But
I
yeah, I got
only
like
have
3 or 4 with you
one.
alone. It's got to be like 15
I
or
only have
so, man, at
one.
least.
I
Maybe,
only
maybe
have
more.
one with London. With
I could
London.
check the
That's it.
replays. I'm sure we got you recorded on at least 10. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Emily
I wanna do
Cordes.
one with Cozzy Coz. Uh,
Yes. Yes.
I
speaking
wanna
of which,
do yeah,
Zomkhonto, I got
yeah.
something too that I gotta holler about you
Well,
with. We're
listen,
gonna do it on the
I've
show.
got about 15.
Oh,
Okay.
15.
I've got
I only have one. I only have
I've got
one. Damn.
Zomkhonto, Elemental,
You greedy
Gustav
people.
twice, D. Allen, Roll, Love Infinite.
The
Um,
Magus. Next one.
yeah,
Magus.
I
Let's
think
do
twice with
this.
Megas.
We got this.
Magus. Let's do this. Gustav.
Yes. Yes.
Let's do this. Please.
Hey,
Let's
King
I
you
think we're
Bell.
know.
gonna have to have a whole
Let's do
show
this.
where we all just link up and do collabs. But for tonight, we're gonna keep this poetry thing going. Thank y'all
Thank
so
you.
much for participating and indulging my behavior on this little fun. So yeah, coming up first on the list, we have none other than Lantern Carrier. My brother,
Ah,
if you
Ah.
could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, I thought I'd do a light one for the two girls, Astro and what's the other one's name?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, Astro and Brooklyn, and then I'll do another piece. Spring. Eggshells mingle among the garden of flowers, creating a basket of garlands, magnificent in splendor. A pageantry of beauty like a canopy blankets the grove, its luminosity of colors, creating shimmering rays in which the chicks and bunnies rest. Tulips blush open, flapping their wings in awe of this magnificent setting. O light, my light, your bluebells converse with the honeysuckle, unabashed by
oh,
their nakedness in this sacred sanctuary. A flood of charisma dances around the grove, kissing the ambience of this reverential moment. It is spring. Easter beckons and the snow-white doves chant verses heralding the triumph of the one called Christ. Rejoice, O seeker, rejoice. Winter's gone, symphonies come laughing with the breeze. The lily compliments the songbearers, while the star-shaped magnolias glow with unhurried grace. Just yesterday, I said to the daffodils, "You look so alluring, my friends," but the jasmines blushed, covering my breath with their redolence. A once fading moon now whispers to my heart, adorning my cheeks with luster. The eyes become radiant, gazing at promising tomorrows. Rejoice, O seeker, rejoice. Winter's gone, Mother Gaia's projecting new melodies, and the time for resurgence is here. This sweet atonement, my heart wakens to the light, new morns unfurling. Love's in full bloom, and the dawn is dancing. Open the windows, pull the Venetian blinds. for my mind's maladies have dissipated. The robins, ever versatile, are testing new cadences. The lyrical nightingales await to serenade our hearts. This is for the two girls. And then I have a poem I'm preparing for next week. So you can have the first part of it. It's called What Lovers Are. Lovers are like drunkards, accompanying the moon on rooftops. They bathe in shimmers of golden light. They glitter greater in the flames of love than fireflies and shooting stars in heaven. Lovers would rather sway to the lute player's melody in their hearts than to see 1,000 moons dancing. When emotions are disturbed, love diminishes and one loses the magical charm of simple things. The root shrivels and the branches wither, unable to acknowledge the solace of the breeze so necessary for their progress. Yet lovers are unaffected as they feed of the sweet elegance of peacocks and swans. The light zephyrs like the dew, like snowflakes cascading in the wind, are their friends, and they toil with the magic of whirling dervishes, too inebriated with the wine of the chalice to be perturbed by all that's needless or would stand in their way. So they grow like oaks, steadfast and unyielding, blossoming constantly into an ever new life of beauty and charisma. Their eyes sparkle with the gaze of knowing, the wisdom of souls that blend or become submerged in so much magic that they sing sweeter than nightingales and dance like ballerinas. Sometimes we lovers embrace and walk together. We watch the autumnal leaves cascading their rose-pink hues and drifting into the atmosphere. I hug my lover and we feast. Even as she dazzles my soul within, we both banqueting beneath the decor of chandeliers. We bask in an ambience created by a breathtaking joy, starring our hearts with delight. Nature comes running and speaks to our core, we laughing with stars and constellations, even as the whistling willow whispers our name. I dance like a soul with no feet, my lover and I lost in a silhouette of musical chords so enchanting that the arias turn our hearts into silence. Yes, lovers are like those in trance, soaked in and feeding of a most delectable vintage, filling our souls with rhapsody. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
I dance like a soul with no feet. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Lantern Carrier! Yeah!
Yes. Woohoo.
Lantern.
Beautiful,
Woo!
beautiful. It's always
Um,
beautiful.
Yours does
Man.
good job.
Wow.
When I begin my journey on these poetry zooms, the first person that actually introduced me was Lantern Carrier and Julian Matthews, those two.
Julian Soto.
Yeah.
Well,
So
thank you,
those
Lantern.
two,
Thank you, Julian. If you watch this
Lantern
later,
Carrier.
thank y'all for bringing
Thank you.
Zomkhonto to our space.
Now, Lantern, you said you're working on that. You don't think that's done?
Well, I need to add some more for the New Year next week, and I will use it as the New Year theme. I think there's a lot about what Element said, singing and what's it called? I think there's singing and dancing in it. So I'll add a few more bits to make it three minutes and change it up a little bit, so I can present it at on Thursday night. Yes, but you're right, Paul. I mean, if that's a compliment in itself, it's
It's
brilliant. Thank you.
yeah, it's like add to the like I mean I can see if you want to stretch it out, like yeah, but like it's beautiful the way it is. So as always, everything you write is just so inspiring and beautiful. Thank you so much once again, Lantern Carrier. So coming up next on our list, we've got Dre Rey, host of the Saturday Night Slam Jam, which will soon be back in effect as soon as we get things worked out. We need to find this man a good, solid job so he can focus on poetry again. So Dre, we putting out this energy for you to find the job of your dreams and be secure so you can start bringing us back the Saturday night slam jam. We miss it. I might even have you co-host some with us tonight. So if I shoot you a little message like, yo, introduce the next few poets, like, cause we just absolutely adore you. And yeah, if you could bless us with some words, man, we'd appreciate it, brother.
I'll be your Huckleberry. Just say when, you know. Also, if you haven't watched Tombstone, that's a great '90s western. Seriously, Val Kilmer kicks ass as Doc Holliday. Anyway, gearing back to what my man Thomas was saying about the slam jam. Premises open mic, but with slam elements, you get 3 minutes to pretty much throw down. And instead of getting scored, you get feedback. And it is quite a meeting of the minds, and it's basically like a big celebration of spoken word in general. And I really do miss it. I hate how things have gone on my end, but I am a strong believer that things are gonna be going up, you know. We are the cream of the crop. We will find our way back to the top, definitely. And also been playing around the idea of maybe I bumping the time ahead to 3 p.m. EST as opposed to 5. So maybe that could, accommodate other people who are kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like having that late afternoon or late morning vibe, depending on where they are on the planet. So anyway, let's get to the poetry. I am rambling too much. So I'm gonna start off with this piece. I was challenged by Thomas here to basically come up with this thing called a Cyclops poem. And Cyclops poem is using to incorporate just only one eye in every word. And I just kind of rambled with it, and somehow
One
I
eye
wrote
and one
about,
eye only.
yeah, one eye and
Catalyst
one eye
came up.
only.
Yeah, Catalyst came up with this style. It's been amazing. It's been published and it's workshops out about it. I'm so excited to hear what you got.
So I just end up rambling about Richard Nixon. So this is called Cyclops. Dig this. Dig this. President Richard Nixon is idle with tricky dick tendencies, without physical action, communicates nothing while speaking highly in hidden meanings. Motivated insanely with coinage minus virtuous merits, 30 mil in various currencies obtained illegally, cheating while developing systematics, demerited infrastructure without guilt, without feeling robotic tendencies, seeking, destroying Vietnam, sneaking, bugging, rigging election, articles with headlines ascribed with Nixon wins again is digested simultaneously in Detroit, Chicago, Weeping Nation declaration via rigged silence majority decision. Friends becoming enemies, American politics shedding generational spites, adding increased issues, pancaking, flapjacking, towering, panic, end poem. Now this other piece,
Wait, can I just pause you for a second? I got one question. How
yeah,
interesting was that to write under those confinements where every word needed one eye and one eye only,
it was a fun mental exercise. I encourage anyone to try it out. Just kind
right?
of see where your mind will take off, and somehow, I don't know, I end up writing about Watergate. I don't know. Um, so this other piece I have here, it's interesting how things have come to light about what's gone on with Nickelodeon in the studios in the 90s and early 2000s with the Quiet on Set documentary. It's made quite a buzz. Um, I just find it wild how, like, after kind of taking some time to studying tendencies and all that and Keenan and Kel, that I was like, yeah, Dan Schneider's quite a creep. Yeah. And it's just kind of bizarre how things kind of went so under the radar back then, but it's pretty evident now. More so now, but anyway, I did this poem about orange soda that also bashed Dan Schneider. So here's a love letter to orange soda from Kel. Oh, orange soda, you have no business being all orange like and delicious and carbonated. It's sticky. Every time I go to Rigby's, it's like a brothel for my taste buds. All the ham I can go ham on. Smoked ham, cubed ham, deli ham, Black Forest ham. I enjoy ham. And there's that scrumptious soda, that fine, divine genie in a bottle. Oh, orange soda, you make all my wishes come true. Ooh, I can't live if living is without you. Ooh, oh, orange soda, you literally fill me up inside with happiness, with so much of you throbbing and bubbling. I am a glutton for your orange punishments, making me roar in carbonated protest and release as I drop the screw in the tuna. Oh, orange soda, I love you. Ooh, I love you more than Dan Schneider loves being verbally abusive on set. I love you more than Dan Schneider loves underage girls and their feet. I love you more than Dan Schneider loves white male privilege in Hollywood. There's a lot of love, but not nearly as much love as you have. You touched many, many lives and gave my life purpose. Now tell me, who loves you, baby? Who loves orange soda? Gail loves orange soda. Is it true? I do, I do, I do. Ooh. And poem. Thank y'all.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm conflicted. I love Crab Rangoon, but I love Orange Soda just as much. And you seem to just just hit me right in the heart with those poems. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Dre Reyes.
Woo! Man, imagine crab rangoons and
That was
orange
the
soda.
best thing
Ooh.
ever.
That was dope, Dre. And I thought of you last night when I ate crab rangoon.
Right? Hey, that's
Ooh.
it. If you guys want to sweep me off my feet, take me out to dinner. I just want a big plate of crab rangoon and some orange and a gallon of orange soda, and we good. I love you forever.
We have okay, so I don't know if you've ever seen like hot ones, like we have like that talk show where people are just eating like hot, spicy
Yeah, yeah.
food. What if we do like poetry, but we're eating crab rangoon?
Oh, and like see if you can actually spit words as you're indulging in this
Yeah, we'll
delicious.
call it creamy ones.
Yeah, creamy ones instead of hot. Oh, all right, we got to talk later, man. We got other shows coming out. We got to get this one on the books for sure. Can you?
Oh man.
Yeah, you got to see this whole category of
Call it hot
eating
crabs.
videos on YouTube called mukbang.
Oh yeah, where you watch people eat.
Dre, I would say you've got the the burlesque satire of that so down tight. It's amazing.
Right? We could have him do all the intro songs to all these just a little intro poem to all these mukbang stars who are making millions, right? Just throw Dre at it and yeah, everyone will watch. Thank you so much, Dre. We're looking forward to the Slam Jam coming back, but take your time, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no rush. We're all here, you know? You're here, we're here,
I'm still here.
everyone's
We're still
everywhere.
here.
Yeah, we doing our thing, you know? So I'm excited for it to come back because honestly, I think it was one of the best shows, man. Like the feedback, guest coaches every week. Like I posted the link to the YouTube channel. Y'all check out the first few episodes that we did record. It's amazing stuff. Coming up next, because this man's got to leave soon, so I kind of bumped on the list because you know how we are here at Open Minds. If you got to take off, just let me know and we'll rearrange because we want to hear everybody, right? Everybody's got a chance on the mic. So, um, yeah, I read a little tribute about him. I don't know what else to say. I said it earlier. Y'all heard it. I got so much love for this man. Cozzy Coz, if you could bless us with some words, I'd appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for those beautiful, beautiful words, that beautiful tribute. Thank you, man. Word. Mm. Um, um, so I appreciate you putting me where you put me on the list. I can stay for a little while. But all right, so this is new shit, new shit, new shit. All right. Some of y'all may have heard it like yesterday on New York. But this is titled Nefarious Nostalgia. We have a history that has never even existed. I loved you from far away, too far for you to ever even have missed it. It's kind of complicated how unrealistically simplistic the bliss of our holistically gifted love could have kissed our lips without lipstick, had it consistently consisted of the cordially insisted upon linguistics, which are more than beyond intrinsic to the discovery of the peaceful harmony in our never discovered logistics. My love for you was a prison my heart could not break free from. And despite being denied bail, I was still free to spend the rest of my life in your daintily divine jail. So I willfully declined my freedom. I'm guilty of the high treason I've committed against my own mind's Eden by inciting my most reviled demons to their cleverly contrived embezzlement of logically surmised reason. My accomplice was an autonomously accomplished heathen of an abominably conscious cretin, constantly robbing me of my solace with false promises of something supposedly positive to believe in. I couldn't possibly perceive, conscionably conceiving the ominous possibility that you and I were never really meant to be, and all this has been nothing more than a massively contrived deceit. And now begins the grieving. I have been having a hard time breathing, but nowhere near as hard of a time bleeding. You see, whenever I take a trip down memory lane, I regrettably realize that I take the risk of remembering all of the heavenly bliss that was nefariously switched and malevolently changed from the passionately intimate kiss I could never seem to resist and into the dismally miserable midst of the physically debilitating twist that still exists with explicit emphasis in the deepest abysses of my preeminent pain. It's quite evident that I wanted to see if the sky was still willing to rain and wash away the strain-filled cries from the stench-filled stains out of my nostalgically compromised and traumatically reminiscent brain. I think not. It's kind of like the imprudently insolent ink spot of an insistently inquisitive ink blot that persistently tries to trick my mind into a primitively tied slip knot as I try to tiptoe to the tip top in my G.I. Joe flip-flops. But I figured even if not, I'll just make a quick stop to the neighborhood gift shop and pick up a Ziploc full of some of that good old hip hop. And then I'm right back there. Back to back then. Back to when the blast from the past was nothing more than a glorified has-been. Back to when having a dear friend and making sincere amends meant significantly more than just being a mere trend. Back to when a hop, skip, and jump were all right around the corner, and I'll see you around a minute was just right around the bend. Back when my introverted pen had no literary friends to depend on, or even relatives to pretend to descend from. It begs me to ask, where does it all end? Thank you.
Yo, everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Cozzy Coz.
Yeah, Cozzy.
Thank you, Mr. Bear. Mr.
Yeah.
Bear, Mr. Bear, Mr. Bear.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, y'all. Thank you.
Oh man.
Yo, we want another one. We want an encore. You got another one for us, Coz?
Please be our DJ Khaled. You better have another one.
All right, check this out. This is exclusive. I just finished. All right, listen. And within the past month and a half, I've been working on like 4 different pieces, and I finished them all within the same week. So I just spit 2 of them recently. So this is a brand new one that I have not spit for anyone ever at all, anywhere. So bear with me. Okay. Whew. This one is titled Incarcerated Freedom. Jail can be an inescapable prison when we repeatedly fail to see the spiritual bars and psychological cells incarcerated by mental recidivism. Release the honestly harnessed recognizance of my prominently promising providence with a confidently complementary kind of cognizant countenance of conscientiously comprehensive competence existing within the monuments of this and all other continents. My innocence is guilty of searching for the truth, charged with possession of a deadly weapon in an attempt to liberate our youth from being indiscriminately scrutinized, dehumanized, and ultimately institutionalized. Because when I grow up, I want to be a kid again and number two the pencils that I traded in for my pens, where how and when can in some way comprehend the simple concept of once again making amends. I want to reach out and touch the memories of my friends like the ones I never thought would ever come to an end, reuniting them with the essence of now and then. I want to age gracefully into my youth and triumphantly transcend the timeless chronology with a ballpoint apology from the ink that indelibly resides in my pen. Because it's an unforgettably regrettable loss we can no longer afford to peddle or pass off. It's our obligation to insatiably fight for what's inalienably right with every last little bit of hell's heavenly might. Because unfortunately, that's what it costs to avoid being crucified on the cross. See, I specifically told tomorrow that today can no longer afford to wait for yesterday to repay the time it had originally borrowed. Someday, it might even find its way out of the abysmally dismal sorrow in which I've come to realize it continually likes to wallow. I remember being booed off stage at the Apollo. And of course, the pride I was forced to swallow was quite ultimately the ripe result of a frightfully coerced bravado. I seem to have slipped into some type of unintentionally interdimensional kind of incomprehensibly unconventional introspection, an irreplaceably indispensable reflection rebelliously stemming from my nonsensible sense of imperfection, an insurrection of an intervention based on highly misguided misdirection at the crossroads and intersection of crucifixion and resurrection. And did I mention, I'm rather apprehensive about my comprehensive apprehension. However, the tables are triumphantly turning. They're violently spiraling and defiantly swirling, quietly whirling and silently yearning for the still churning embers of my rekindled bridges to kindly show mercy and finally stop burning. I'm still dying to live so I can finally stop hurting and eventually stop worrying about the outside of the lines that are blindly blurring the highly disconcerting minds that are no longer trying and have declined their unfurling. My healing is quit reliving the disturbing decisions of habitually occurring. So even during soliloquy I'm blurting, I'm working on preventing them from ever returning. Thank you.
Yo, Cozzy, thank you. Thank you for spitting that. Yo, for real,
Yeah,
like the first
Cozzy.
few, like that first hymn was just like tongue twister status, bro. Like the way you link together words is just amazing. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Cozzy Coz.
Bear says good.
Ovation.
Cozzy, you're unreal,
Thank
man. You're
you.
the best.
Tell you, the world ain't ready for Coz yet, yo. We gotta bring the
Thank
world
you.
up to Cozzy's level so he can be appreciated at the
Oh,
level that he needs to be
Oh,
appreciated at.
Thomas,
Like
I just
real
thought of a
shit.
yeah.
name for a show. Cozzy needs to have a show. It needs to be called Cause and Effect.
Cause and effect.
Oh,
But we do
wow.
have, I'm gonna give all of y'all just a
Wow.
preview. We do have a show in works, called Cosmic Connections, and Cozzy is gonna be our first guest. So y'all look forward to that coming soon too.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Wow. You know what? Real quick, for a long time, I've been saying this myself, what you said, the world is not ready. And it's not even coming from a conceited, egotistical, no. I just, after finally realizing, damn, I am pretty all right with this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Pretty
yo,
aight, he said.
yeah, the world needs to hear it. The
Yeah.
world needs to hear this. And like, yes, yes.
And we're
And like,
gonna
I don't know
try
if you
to
noticed,
do everything we
real quick,
can
and
to make that happen, bro.
I feel you. I appreciate it. Like I said in the one part, I said I was booed off stage at the Apollo because they weren't ready for it. And
Don't
yeah, I
worry
spit my
about
ABCs
that.
there. I got booed off stage.
The world will
Don't
Oh
catch
worry
no,
up.
about
I needed that. I absolutely needed that. Oh yeah, no, it was a blessing in disguise. Absolutely, I needed that. Yes.
You know, people
You
like
know.
Lauryn Hill have been booed off the stage at the
Yeah.
Apollo.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And many others. Yeah. So no, I feel it's a badge of honor to be honest with you.
Yeah. Hey, so yeah, even your speech is poetic out there. Like, hey, so check it out. Magus, who we all know and love, hosted a Chaos Magic Monday night with co-host with Cozzy. Magus got to roll out. He ain't gonna be able to spit in time. So I'm wondering if anybody would like to trade with Magus. Coming up next, we got Messiah Paine, Alex Phuong, Whisper Poet, Cora. If any of y'all would like to switch with
Yeah.
Magus,
Take it, baby.
yeah.
Yeah,
You think you
absolutely.
can make it to that slot? You got Messiah, Alex, and then no? Messiah, Alex, would one of y'all like to switch?
Yeah, you can switch
I
with
could
me.
switch.
Yeah, all right. So coming up next, we got host of Monday Night Chaos Magic here at Open Minds. We all know and love him as the Magus Gustav Sallas, but I feel like my wife and I know him none other than family. Magus, if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we would greatly appreciate it, brother.
You, Thomas, Catalyst, and thank you very much, Messiah, for trading with me. I appreciate it, brother. I have to go at 8, unfortunately, and it's a hard deadline. So I'm going to do 2 real quick pieces. This one's called The Widow's Son, the prologue. Must I still search for the one to heal the wounds of the widow's son? Or have I found her inside you, strong yet weak, for wounded too? Can our love help to heal, as love can when it's real? For I have died and been reborn, cast off the cloak, for it was worn. Still reeling we are from 3 grave wounds, wandering the desert, lost in the dunes, struggling against tyranny and superstition, the head wound of mind control through repetition, the death of thought, the road to perdition, the throat wound to silence our tongue has turned us to liars, everyone, slaves to a freedom in name only, lost in a crowd, perpetually lonely, dying by degrees for the courage to say what you think and feel, for it won't go away. The wounded heart's the real ass kicker, human feeling atrophied, there's nothing sicker. Narcissism, sociopathy crowd you to the borderline, living a lie, pretending everything's fine. I propose to heal all wounds of the human spirit. I write this now in hopes that you will hear it. A rebel warrior reclaiming freedom of thought, word, and conscience. Don't fear it. Tyranny thrives because we let it. Don't buy their lies. Please don't forget it. And this next piece is a cover. It is by Brian Eno and David Byrne of the Talking Heads. This is called Born Under Punches. Take a look at these hands. Take a look at these hands. The hand speaks, the hand of a government man. Well, I'm a tumbler, born under punches. I'm so thin. All I want is to breathe. I'm too thin. Won't you breathe with me? Find a little space so we move in between and keep one step ahead of yourself. Don't you miss it? Don't you miss it? Some of you people just about missed it. Lots time to make plans, and I'm a tumbler. I'm a government man. Never seen anything like that before. Falling bodies tumble across the floor. Well, I'm a tumbler. When you get to where you wanna be. Thank you, thank you. When you get to where you wanna be. Well, don't even mention it. Okay, take a look at these hands. They're passing in between us. Take a look at these hands. You don't have to mention it. No thanks. I'm a government man. And the heat goes on, 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 where the hand has been, and the heat goes on, and the heat goes on, and the heat goes on. I got time, and the heat goes on, 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 where the hand has been, and the heat goes on, and the heat goes on. I'm not a drowning man. I'm not a burning building. I'm a tumbler. Drowning cannot hurt a man. Fire cannot hurt a man. Not the government, man. All I want is to breathe. Thank you. Thank you. Won't you breathe with me? Find a little space so we move in between. I'm so thin and keep one step ahead of yourself. I'm catching up with myself. All I want is to breathe. Won't you breathe with me? The hands of a government man find a little space so we move in between and keep one step ahead of yourself. Don't you miss it? Don't you miss it? All I want is to breathe. Won't you breathe with me? Thank you, everyone. I love you all. Sorry, I have to leave at 8 o'clock. Love you. Love you, Tom.
Thank
Love
you,
you,
thank you for having
Joan.
time to share that
Very
with
much
us, man.
appreciate it.
Everybody
Wow.
unmute yourselves and thank the
Thank you, Mr. Bear.
Magus.
Woo.
Thank you so much, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
Vegas. Awesome,
that
man.
I
voice
will
too,
walk with you.
right?
Word, word,
Hey,
word.
yo, I think we would all like if Megas just started like follow me to the, like we would all just we would be right behind you, brother. We
Take
love
me
you.
Oh,
to the
yo.
river.
Oh, oh, yo.
Thank you for all that you do and everything that you are. Yeah, we just absolutely love you. We're gonna keep the show rolling because we got some another
Peace,
amazing poets.
Megas.
Um, yeah, peace, Megas. Hey, have a wonderful night, man. Thank you again. We got another dope ass poet coming up next. In fact, another one after that, and another one, and another one, and another one. The whole lineup is looking fresh. We might even go into round two, round three, round four, and like we do here at Open Minds, open mic on Fridays. Now it's open room. So last poet standing, we make everyone co-host, and we see who could just stay up the latest spelling poetry or talking or chatting or whatever. We're open, right? So the show never stops until the last person drops. Um, Speaking about shows, this next young gentleman spit an amazing feature for us. I just linked it there in the chat. Y'all check it out after this, cause it was dope. Messiah Paine came through and like God's raining on you. You like, damn, my mind got wet, but now it's able to grow, right? So thank you for dropping the seeds and giving the water to allow those seeds to grow. And I know that you got something special for us tonight, and I'm really excited to hear it. So if you could bless us with some of them seeds and some of that water, man, I'd appreciate it.
Thanks, Thomas. So I'll be reading two poems. They're both relatively short. The first is called Self. Toward unassailable solitude, I endeavor to invent you. Not an advantageous image, not a vision animated cursorily by others' eyes. No, where beauty most vivifies is in secret, and that is where I will form a special reserve, struggling to reconcile in faith, emerging wakefulness from cumbersome weariness. I will welcome what avenging dross may come, as the significance underpinning my work nearly edifies. Accusatory thoughts, abject feeling, regret, self-loathing. Silently, I will stay the forge with a steady hand. The forge rests in the tentatively still place within that no eye beyond my own will meet. No one will see the failed models strewn on the walls of my madness, some ripped apart, others lovingly gathered against the wall for the memories and sometimes for an approximation. I had the blueprints, but I parted with them, for this creation must incite from a vision pure and inimitable. I have seen many representations, all evincing violent necessity, but none capture my indelible obsession with the absolute. As I work, My intuition guides my thoughts with recourse to imperfection. So I leave the wounds where they lie, a self that under duress, as in happiness, recognizes meaning shaping the form. Now, as is complete, the bellicose night stares through me, and in her unusual way, she nods and reveals the passage. I stammer to invite the word, beautiful. In her silence, in her stare, like thousands of years to a moment, she sews my creation into her body, the eternal, excessive through darkness and opening to me like a flower finally revealing its petals to the sun, or souls revealing their patterns to God. I am immortal as I walk the passage framing the earth in clearest starlight. And this is the second poem. It's called With Lust. She whispers to me, a startling but unobtrusive rapture. I absurdly stalk embattled, perturbed silence, failing towards solitude. In her licentious privy, I have sanctified myself, crudely discernible to her knowing, her lust, her mercy. What is my world now without her unforgiving eyes to pacify? She enters my psyche where I have turned away, gracefully mastering my secret lament. Where my being was an undiagnosed impression, my being now searches collateral amnesty, a woeful epoch anesthetized, as ablution renders, coldly, quickly, interspersed echoes of her voice, feeling matter without material, nearly complete without knowledge of it. She takes my hand and smiles with me. To be enjoyed is like watching grass grow, and love, as metaphor, a bouquet I purchased for her that withered in the time I took to anxiously approach her insincere maybes. Am I her dominion? Could she or I begin to fathom the implication where conceit displays dalliance to the edge of hypocrisy? We will meet being to being and fall into greed's transient plush. What lies beyond and into surrender, I am broken into wordless and indifferent infinity to watch and wait and discover. Thank you.
Yo, this man disappears for like a month or two and comes back with like 6 fucking dope ass new poems. We're gonna have to feature you again this year, like just to keep up with all the new shit, cause it's so fucking dope.
Thank
Everybody, if you agree with me, please unmute yourselves and give all the love you got for Messiah Paine.
Wow, that was beautiful, man. That was
Woo!
beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely
Wow.
beautiful. Word.
Great.
Was a
Yes,
gorgeous.
yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
Yeah, whatever's going on for you that allowed you to come back here again, I hope that doesn't change.
Thanks.
Dope, man. So dope, man. We appreciate you and everything you do. We love you. We see you. You a god, bro. I know that. You seen the flyers I made from you? That being meditating throughout time. Like I said, ciphers from the Akashic records himself, Akashic, however you want to pronounce it. Like Messiah, when I hear your voice, bro, like I know that you're speaking from somewhere that's not human, that's not you, that's some, you know, what I'm saying something so much deeper, something that's rooted within all of us, man. And like your work is just is that next level shit, man. Straight up, like next fucking level, man. Appreciate you, love you, bro. All right, so tonight we've got. Hold on, I hit a button and I'm hearing a video playing. Okay, that was weird. Coming up next, we got Alex Phuong. He said he was getting tired. Mr. Bear was getting tired, but Alex, can you bless us with a poem before you go to sleep, please? I really appreciate it.
Yes, and I put some poems in the chat because I've been putting poems in the chat all day long today. So I'll be honest, I write poems while listening to Shakespeare and love music because I really like the soundtrack. And one time I even published a poem called Being in Love with Shakespeare in Love because it actually has Shakespearean rhetoric in it. Let me just go up to it. Hold on. Yeah, Being in Love with Shakespeare in Love. This was actually published on the Academy of the Heart and Mind. Being in love with Shakespeare in love. Oh, Lady Viola, be my muse. How could I ever refuse my admiration for thee? A love story creating a conception for the greatest love story almost never told. My lady, you have made my writing bold. And even though we are all getting old, I shall honor thee as my heroine for all time by writing 12th night, 1,000 times good night. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but little, I will come again and go back to when our love began by immortalizing our affair into a play filled with ladies fair. Sing to me, my love. I wish to be a glove upon thy head so that I might touch thy cheek. And that proves that I actually know how to write in Shakespeare language. Yay.
That was freaking amazing.
And that's why I got published because I can actually speak Shakespeare.
I would love to have a Shakespearean conversation with you one day. We'll do like a special broadcast of just you and I and like the Shakespearean conversation about arts or something, you know.
Yeah.
That would be really amazing. And do you have a second piece for us?
Yes, I have a Great Gatsby poem. It's called Symbolic Traffic Lights. And for those who don't know, The Great Gatsby is actually a new musical. They actually made it into a musical. And there's a song called My Green Light that is just like so romantic. I listened to on YouTube on repeat because it just blows my mind. My Green Light is so beautiful and romantic. Symbolic Traffic Lights. Jay Gatsby and Daisy Buchanan viewing the green light during the dark of night, and within sight was a wonder to behold, especially since an emerald is different from gold, and allow passion to become a fiery form of fashion, for clothes might cover up the human form, while radical people defied and dare to reform, as well as defy the norm. And though a colorful combination of red, yellow, and green choose to contribute to the American dream without being so mean all across the nation. Thank you.
Alex, I absolutely adore you and Mr. Bear. Oh, I love you. Everybody, give it up for Alex Paul.
Yay, thank you.
Congratulations too for being published after 11 years trying. Everybody congratulate this man. Give it up. Props.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Bear.
For you.
Pradisa, thou hast stolen the show.
Right? Everyone's speechless now. Like even like, oh.
You said you write while listening to music, and what kind of music was it?
Shakespeare in Love.
Ah, okay.
Like what? I love you, Alex. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your words with us.
Thank you, Mr. Bear.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Bear,
you,
for
Mr.
being
Bear.
here. And I know you're getting sleepy, so we're gonna try to keep reading you cool poetry as you fall asleep. And to do that next actually is Whisper Poet. Who is host of look, this thing started off as Open Minds Open Mic. Started doing other things. Did this show, Whisper Poet came up with Part of the Artist. And I love my show. I love Friday nights. This is what I do Friday nights. But I think the Heart of the Artist is the best show that's ever been created, and I feel so honored to be able to host it every Tuesday and get it up there. Like y'all are it's just so amazing. So, you not hear me well?
So the cool thing, and I don't know if Catalyst has said this to anybody, but we're gonna have a mid-year sort of, celebration and bring back everybody that was on the show from January through June. So that's 26 people that we will have interviewed. And so that's going to be so dope. Yeah.
I also want to shout out your Sunday show. So Easter Sunday, the launch of your show, you did your singing bowls. It wasn't recorded. We were sitting there, me and Catalyst were camping in this beautiful spot. And I wake up and it was your show, and you just really set the tone for the whole day. I ended up hosting the Rainbow Verses, and just Maria, the goddess, showed up, and her and I just sat there and talked for 4.5 hours.
Awesome.
It was like, and the universe pulled us together, and I blame it all on you. You really started the day and set the tone, and it was a bad day, as we know, right? Because a very scary day. But everything worked out great, and I really thank you for doing that in the show. So yeah.
It was wonderful. So it's time for a bong hit.
Just one?
Hey, if it's a good one, one is all you need. So
That is
Tom,
true.
I
That's
sent you via email. If you want to share screen, I sent you access to the 2 poems. So I thought when I read them in Spanish, if you're able to share
Like
screen,
translate with you, or
like
okay.
basically I'll read in Spanish and
Do you
then
want me to give you share screen ability so you can do it, or do you want me to?
I'd rather you do it. I'm on my iPad, so I'm kind of
okay, yeah.
you know, not as good
Well,
with that as I am with the
wasn't quite ready for this. Just give me 1 second, folks. Here. And how about we get another bong hit? For
well,
Skiff
I can read them while you're, because they don't have to see it while I'm reading in English. It's only when I switch to the Spanish. So that gives you a few minutes. So I have 2 poems, and they're kind of companions. And you'll see when I go through the narrative how they fit together. And I don't know, I just got a wild hair and decided to translate them into Spanish, and then I love the sound of it so much. I thought, well, what the heck? First? So Loved by the Sun is first, and then Dandelion Bones is second. Okay, so this is Loved by the Sun. The bud, so tender, turns its delicate petals towards the sun. Such eager flesh to soak up the joyful rays. The sun can no more restrain its exuberance than the moon can shine alone. And the sun's bliss is the bud's ecstasy. Sinuous stalk arises, and the bud blooms to blossom, replete. Lush and fragrant and loved by the sun, she dances for him, her petals unfurled for his pleasure and her delight. And then we have Dandelion Bones. Shoulders, cold, without the loving embrace of the sun, the withered bloom mourns the loss of her ruby glory. Crepe paper petals, veined and matte, she remembers her velvet shimmer. She remembers her sun's seduction. A coquette to tease the bee, the sweet shimmy of youth now an aged shuffle. Her memories, fierce among the bones of the dandelions. So I'm going to read those in Spanish. This is Loved by the Sun. El capullo tan tierno vuelve sus delicados pétalos hacia el sol. Carne tan ansiosa por absorber los alegres rayos. El sol no puede contener su exuberancia, más de lo que la luna puede brillar sola. La dicha del sol es el éxtasis del capullo. Surge un tallo sinuoso y el capullo florece para florecer, repleto, exuberante y fragante y amado por el sol. La bahía para él. Sus pétalos se desplegaron para su placer y su deleite. Huesos del diente de león. Hombros fríos sin el amoroso abrazo del sol. La flor marchita llora, la perdida de su gloria rubí. Pétalos de papel crepe veteados de mate. Ella recuerda su brillo aterciopelado. Ella recuerda su seducción al sol. Una coqueta para provocar a la abeja. El dulce movimiento de la juventud ahora es un barajar embellecido. Sus recuerdos feroz entre los huesos del diente de Leon.
Yo, what?
So let me just say, y'all, I don't speak Spanish. So please forgive me, Spanish speakers, for
Well, hold
butchering.
on. I wanna speak to Olivia first, and
Okay.
then Paul. I want to hear what they have to think, because I've heard many Spanish conversations growing up in South Florida and having a Cuban brother-in-law, and you sounded very fluent in first speaking it there. But I want to see what Olivia and Paul, as somewhat fluent Spanish speakers, have to say about that.
I just think it's cool that you had an inspiration to do that and you did it. A lot of people would not take that on if they didn't speak Spanish. And I just really admire the fact that you were like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this thing that I feel inspired to do and share it and do it. And I just think that's awesome. So I give you mad kudos for translating your poetry into a language you don't speak. That takes a lot of guts. That's just awesome. I just admire people who venture into the discomfort of their inspirations. So I give you a lot of credit for that, for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I really
agree 100%.
Yeah, I second everything Olivia had to say. And, you know, as a creative person, you're not timid about jumping headfirst into something you don't completely understand, but that's a kind of a crash course in learning that stuff too. And I don't know, you know, as far as getting things right and all that, I don't think that's so much the point, but don't say that to people who are native speakers, although most of those I've run into are very generous about that. And for me, it's I think I struggle more with getting the right pronunciations and accents because the language is quite a bit different in that way. And then a lot of the time, I'll just ask somebody who's a native speaker, you know, for some assistance. And it's always good to also pick up some of the slang and try and work that in, because a lot of times, especially for nouns, there's a lot of different words that might be really local that nobody else would have any idea, you know, to use. But what I really wanted to say was I really like those poems because they're I really like poems that are these little snapshots of things, right? They're just very concise, short, and very sensual.
Well, thank you. I used Google Translate for the words, and then I just sort of winged the pronunciation on most of it. A couple of them that were long, I looked out the pronunciation, but the rest of it, I just kind of went with it. So thank you guys. It was fun.
Thank you. Anybody else has anything else to say to us before we move on to our next?
I actually took 4 years of French in high school. That's why I can actually speak some French. Comment ça va aujourd'hui?
There you go. So just one plug, please come out on Sunday morning to Rise and Rhyme. Like Thomas was saying earlier, it was so much fun. It's meant to be sort of a reset for the week, just sort of let go of the negativity. If there were any triumphs, let's celebrate them. If there were any challenges, let's squeeze those lemons and make lemonade out of it and just get set for the week ahead. And it's just very loving, quiet space. We don't record it. So that if we get into anything deep, everyone can feel safe and comfortable and loved. And it was just really beautiful. And it's here in my purple goddess room, which is lovely
with
energy.
With your bongs, which, because they're bowl gongs, so they're bongs, right?
Yeah, they're quartz crystal bowls.
And that show was so dope. It really allowed me to do what I had to do that Easter Monday. Like, if it wasn't for that, I don't know if I could have handled the stress of everything that had went on. But a lot of beautiful things all started with that. So yeah.
And then Heart of the Artist Tuesday, Finn Bell.
Yeah, Finn Bell this Tuesday on Heart of the Artist. Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. Y'all need to be there. Finn Bell.
And everybody, please follow us on YouTube, The Heart of the Artist 143. Please follow and subscribe and watch those videos. They're super dope. Jane, spoken word was amazing.
Yeah,
she has a tripping story, so check that out. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Love the space. Love you all, fam. Thank you.
Love you, Whisper Poet.
Big hugs.
We love all Mr. Bear loves all of you.
Thomas, I think I'm going to try to go down the beach now.
All right,
He
cool.
says
Hey, when you
clean
get
his
down,
car, and I'm going
yeah,
down
we're
the
gonna
beach.
be up. All right, cool. We're gonna be up for a while.
I'll
Get down to the
I'll
beach.
try to
Get
get a
some
hold of
video
you.
footage. I
I'll
want to see the
tether from
beach.
my
I'm missing my
phone.
beach, man. Let me see
Or
the
actually, I could
beach.
call you from my phone. I don't know how
Yeah,
you
you can
do it.
call.
I'm going to
Just
try.
call. Yeah, get in the Zoom when you get down.
All
Love
right.
you, mama.
Love you.
It's technology.
Love everyone.
Love you too. We love it. Mr. Bear loves everybody.
Yeah, we just got Nemo. Just that's cool. Welcome, Nemo. Well, coming up next, man, we've got Cora. Now, Cora, I'm not sure if you were here before. Is it your first time here, Cora?
I was actually here for the February 14th show with Bear headlining.
That's right. That's where I know you from. So welcome back. A lot of these people might not have got to meet you. So everybody, if you could unmute yourselves real quick and give a big open mind, open heart welcome to Cora.
Welcome.
Welcome to
Woo!
Welcome back.
Welcome.
welcome.
Hi. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you could
It's
bless
like-
us with some words, we'd appreciate it.
Do that
Sure.
shit.
I've got a short one that's a little bit lovey-dovey, and then I have one that's a lot more morbid. So I hope you're prepared for that. You guys can hear me, right? Here, I'll put my video on too. So the first one, love, like a knitted quilt, sewn with expert care, threads mixed with tears, frustration, and progress. A culmination of woven cuts, needles into substance, fabric into love, to cherish, to look after until it can be passed down from one hand and one heart into the next. That's my first one. And then, so I made this poem kind of off of Allen Ginsberg's Howl. So if you haven't read his poem titled Howl, it's sort of a litany poem. So it's pretty much a poem that's just one giant long run-on sentence. And so I've designed this poem sort of with his poem in mind, just taking the structure of that. And it's titled Syringe. In my dreams, I wake up in a hospital bed. I wake up in a hospital bed where the white rooms wash over my eyelids, the scent of antiseptics invasive as fingernails upon a chalkboard clawing down, sending prickles crawling up my skin, where the windows overlook a garden that I am unable to touch with my hands but are close enough to dream about touching, where the machinery is quiescent in the darkness, hands and dials of clockwork contraptions blinking in rhythm with steady pulses hidden beneath my time-worn chest, where people are at their worst, at their best, underneath bed sheets freshly laundered, ready to accept bloodshed from battles fought, lost and won against the Pied Piper of death, who sings and plays on chimes of scalpels, scissors, forceps, and curettes, dangling from his lab coat beside a flute that he plays to usher patients from their windows, where memory alters as the imagery of the sky loses her freckles with janitorial swipes upon a glassless mind, overlooking a garden blurred by withering madness, washed out as vague remembrance of foliage once felt by youth blossoming in the sun so long ago, where the spirit is tethered betwixt two paperweights holding a picnic blanket upon dandelions and clover, a basket of naivete to rifle through and carry life's essentials, where the fabric catches, tears, and releases droplets of antioxidants to sink into memory as blueberry jam stains white cotton dress, hospital gowns tied round diverse bosoms, and bare bottoms barely held by thin strands woven between incarnations. I wake up in a hospital bed in surreal colors, where attendants come in a mixed bag, pulling my name from clipboards, battered by hands, battered by experience, battered by aspirations long eroded from their faces, yet still visible with canyons of cracked smiles and weathered brows, spider vein wrists littered with sunspots and faded scars, whose stories once stitched and unraveled lay dormant and untold by pursed lips, fixated on the adolescent taste of cigarettes smoked in secret behind a garbage bin, filled with broken bedpans, half-eaten lunches, trash bags with tacky name tags, shredded documents, wristbands color-coded, stamped with fourth-dimensional equations quantifying illegible jargon denoting the dreamers in their beds, who lay in whitewashed rooms recalling mountains falling flat against the distance between bed frame, bathroom, and exit, where the outside air follows footsteps of patient people curiously wandering round the building trying to get in to see family who are locked behind gates guarded by signature and signage against persons without papers and bottomless pockets, where lint goes to collect on money laundered and sent out to banks run by shadows that roll crisp Benjamin bills into straws to snort disdain and pain for their evening fixations, who fix the prices on medications, treatments, black gloves, non-slip socks, and physical exams given to rock-bottom check-ins, who attend their traumas and torments, plucking out brass bullets embedded into narratives to craft crowns of ammunition, pointing out, pointing in, loaded against the head, weighing heavy with the sky, where papier-mâché wings carry bruised bodies and schizophrenic images of Icarus. Last stanza. I wake up in a hospital bed with translucent walls, where the sun beats upon the glass and melts cinder blocks down to atoms, rebinds protons into tungsten bricks arranged devilishly into corridors and twisting passages, heavy, reflective, maddening, blinding walls of a mordant labyrinth built by Daedalus, who sits at my table studying a chessboard and feeding himself spoonfuls of sunbeams and St. Teresa prayer candles, melted wax, which drips from drooped lips, falls upon frigid floors, a new mess for the janitor, who polishes every surface with silver nitrate to look himself in the eye, to observe the results of limbo, reflecting purity, lucid latency ricocheting from ceiling to despair, nesting in the hearts of black birds ready to crow, to fly, to bear the news at first light, who sing of the terrors, social pressures that pulverize truth-sayers, soothsayers, and armchair-slinging witnesses by targeting their words, lighting halogen lamps to incinerate temples inhabited by authors, who rush to the window overlooking a garden, untouched by decay, which cannot be entered without the escort from the Pied Piper who roams the corridors, pressed for time, playing a tune for those ready to surrender to the lunacy of living in a syringe. Thank you.
Yo, welcome back home,
What the
Cora.
fuck?
Everybody unmute yourselves and give all the love you got, Cora.
Wow. You understand that you're not allowed to not come back again. Like, you have to do this again.
Right, yo. You're one of us.
Yeah.
One of us.
No,
One of
Olivia,
us.
been wrecking.
Welcome to the fam.
Wrecking.
You have been
Phenomenal.
acknowledged.
Phenomenal.
You don't even know, like it's been underground. I seen this one elsewhere. So this salute.
Mm.
Yeah, that was
Amazing.
amazing. That was dope. That was dope.
So
Woo!
many great
Listening to a
images,
long run on.
and endless great images, and your delivery is so wonderfully controlled.
Hey, so
Thank you.
I'm looking for a feature June, I think 7th. It's the one before my birthday, but Friday. Would you want a feature? Like, we want to hear a feature from you.
What? Serious?
Would you? Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Oh my
I want
God.
it.
Absolutely.
Dead
It's like
ass.
June 7th, like 2
Hells
months
yeah.
from now. I think is the
Hells
next
yeah.
date I have would be the week before my birthday. June 7th, I think, is free. I have to look, but I will be in contact with you.
Yeah, please do.
No, it's dope.
Make sure you
Awesome.
post your Instagram for everyone. We all want to be friends with you. We all like you now. Welcome to the
Okay.
family.
And if you don't have a recording of that, now you do because this is going to be on YouTube. So.
Yeah, we'll have this on YouTube.
First time reading it. Thank you so much for being my toast.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
So glad to be here.
Breathtaking. Breathtaking.
Thank you so much, Cora. Coming up next
Yeah,
is
that was
I can't
that was
really
dope.
say a new
That was
face because Olivia's been at Chaos Magic, and I think you've even showed up to a few Harley Artists shows and stuff. You've been around now, so Olivia, thank you so much. I think you're so dope with your poetry. Like I heard you a few times come out, I was just like, yo, what? Like, if you could bless us with some words, I would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Thomas. I was so excited. I have the inside track with Cora. I had already read that poem, and when they started reading it, I already knew, like, I was like, oh, this is gonna be dope. Like they're gonna blow everyone's minds right now with this poem. So I was loving watching everyone else's reactions because I already knew, like, oh, it gets better, it gets better. So that was epic. I'm so glad I got to see that in real time. Cora's awesome. Yeah. Anyway. What am I gonna read? Today, those of you from Monday night are gonna get sick of me reading all this tumor shit, but today is my actual surgiversary. So exactly 1 year ago today, actually at this time I was like waking up from brain surgery. So it's been an interesting day to sort of reflect
Well,
and
good morning again.
yeah, right? So it's just kind of wild. So I'm gonna do some tumor shit. It's all new. None of you have heard it before, but you might be like, dang, this girl just keeps talking about her brain tumor. Well, I promise after this week I'll start talking about other shit. This I don't have a title for this yet. I wrote this around Christmas. The moment before surgery, I was starving. Slightly cold and in awe of the pristinely equipped operating room I was in. I was asked to confirm which side of my skull would be cut apart, and then the flow of anesthesia gently closed my awareness. The moment after surgery, my awareness returned very suddenly, and in the least gentle way, I was jolted into my body under the absolute most intense physical pain I have ever felt. As if my skull was exploding and imploding in slow motion while being crushed from all sides at once, and my awareness was there, chained to the center of it. I was screaming incessantly, not because I wanted to or chose to, but rather because my body was desperately trying to release the relentless pressure from my sympathetic nervous system, struggling to process the most acute pain it had ever endured. Between the clenching of my eyes, I see my father, sitting beside me on my left side. On my right side, there is a machine to which I am attached, beeping wildly as the medical staff try to communicate to each other over my curdling. I am clutching my father's hand. As he uselessly attempts to calm me, moments later, my awareness is rescued again by the swift delivery of a pain med. 267 days later, my father shares with me his recollection of that same moment. That at first, as him and my mother entered the unit, they heard a distant screaming and thought, wow, that poor person is having a really hard time. They turned a corner, and as the screaming got closer, they realized it was mine. He tells me that he then heard me scream his name. And in that instant, his body filled with a rush of adrenaline that assured him there was nothing he couldn't or wouldn't do to come to my rescue, that he now understood those stories of people lifting cars with their fingertips to save someone trapped underneath. He told me he felt as if he could lift the entire Empire State Building. And what struck me most as he shared his memory was not the superhero adrenaline, but rather the fact that I called out his name. That before I saw him there beside me, I pleaded for him to arrive. This detail was very special because it signaled to me that in that moment, I wasn't calling out for comfort or relief because comfort is something always provided by my mother. As a child, it was not typically in my best interest to draw my father's attention to any tears. He rarely had patience for crying, for hearing what he would quickly deem excuses for our audible suffering, often threatening that if we didn't stop crying, he would give us something to cry about, and indeed, he often did. So the fact that in my moment of what I had until now regarded as simply a moment of severe discomfort, the fact that I called out to him told me that although I had the awareness to remember this event, my body did not capture the depth of my body's concern. The desperation of my nervous system, I wasn't calling out for comfort, I was calling out for survival. The same me that 4 months prior casually allowed myself to gradually decompose was now consumed with a different instinct, one that was vocally determined not just to live, but to be rescued by the person who had often been her guilt-ridden reason to live. For perhaps the first time in my life, my body felt it might be dying, and instead of welcoming or succumbing to the fatal discomfort, it decided that it didn't want to, that instead of death, for some reason, it wanted to be rescued. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know that was kind of long, so I can be done.
Yo, it is
do it.
because we're gonna talk about this for a second. And Whisper, have we interviewed Olivia on Heart of the Artist yet? Because I don't remember seeing that episode. And if not, like you need to holler at Whisper because we want to know more. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Olivia.
Olivia, yes, please, please.
Oh,
I
that's
would
beautiful.
talk
That was
about
beautiful. That was the most poetic of olives. So much love.
Nah, it's like
And you keep
it's like when you revisit that place, you know what I'm saying, and revisit that space and can capitalize it in a poem, like you could write volumes about that. So don't worry about, you know what I'm saying, nobody else saying, and don't even stop yourself from,
Like, yeah, you gotta brace it.
you know
Like,
what
yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
I want to hear more. Like, don't ever apologize before a person. Like,
Yeah,
no, you were in that place. Like, you experienced something
no,
that, like,
you can look at
was,
it, you can
and
look at it in
you're
so many
here, and you can
different
tell us about it. Like,
Yeah, but I understand the burnout factor though too. I never read from my book, and I should all the time. So, but it's just a phase, I think, is what they're saying. Just if you need to take a break to keep it real, then do that and
yeah,
listen
well,
to it.
we want to hear more about you. We know you dope, right? Like, cause I, like,
No,
let's hear
no,
more about you.
it's
You
a
know, like,
valid
yeah,
feeling
that's about
going
it.
through,
it's good.
and then his point to don't give up is
Yeah.
equally valid. But I hear them both. Yeah, it's a trippy little
It's
phase. It's you don't
But
want to
it's
talk
it's
about
the open
yourself, but yourself is
collaboration.
what made
I'm a
your art and
survivor.
your voice, and I call it the blessed curse.
Well, when you go
man.
through these things, there's different levels a person needs to survive.
That's what I was about.
know?
That's what I was about to say too. It's different levels to it. So
Yeah.
you probably didn't write the magnum opus of the whole joint. You just adding on chapters and adding on, you know what I'm saying, adding on lines to it, adding on stuff to it, because you're reenacting it every time that you do it. You're reenacting it every time.
You'll reach a place where the "it's not about me" factor where your sharing is your healing others.
Yeah,
Mhm.
see, that's what I want to get at
Testimony.
with that. You survive it
Cathartic.
physically, but you have to survive it emotionally and spiritually too. And that's what I hear
Yeah,
in your
mentally.
poem.
Yeah.
That way you're able to deliver it really conveys the fact that emotionally, at least at this point, you've really overcome this. That's the only way you could be very, in a sense, kind of objective in the way you've been in that poem without getting caught in the undertow of the emotions that are just
The
focused.
observer is observed. He's going
Yeah.
quantum on us.
And I'm so
If
glad that
there's
we're all here
if
to
there's one
share that with
thing,
you,
oh,
so you don't have to
And
take it all
now,
on yourself.
now it's like, think about it. a year ago, you didn't even have a smile on your face. Now you got a smile on your face talking about what you went through. You know what I'm saying?
Sitting here with a room full of strangers, Friday night, who all can look you in the eye and say that we love you and we're glad that you're here and we're glad that we hear you.
See that smile? See that smile right there? That's what I'm talking
That
about.
smile.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Thank
Genuine.
you.
It's
Ask if
genuine.
we would like to do a collaboration because I am also a cancer survivor. I've had multiple rounds of stereotactic radiation, and I'm coming up on my 11th anniversary of my diagnosis. So I feel your pain. I know your journey. I would love to do that with you because honestly, I've been blocked about writing about it, and
Yeah.
maybe
Well, we heard
doing
you
that with you
chat
could.
with what's his name? It was like people who go through something like that, you need to reach out and talk to other people because we don't know what that's like. Like that's something that like y'all need to link up and talk about. You had that chat with Rick Spacek, and my wife and I were just like that was like one of the most profound chats you've ever had. Like you guys definitely need to do
Where
a
is
collab.
speaking of Rick? Where is Rick? Where
I
is
don't
Rick?
know.
Is Rick tonight?
But
Is he?
we're gonna keep this thing moving,
Anyway, sorry.
We love you so much, Olivia, and yeah, talk to Whisper. We're gonna get you lined up for Heart of the Artist because I want to learn more about your heart. We've heard enough about your brain. Let's hear about your heart now. So yeah. Hey, it was set up for me, bro. It was easy. It was a layup. I just had to talk, all right? Yeah. All right, so coming up next, we got the Jedi Master himself. But remember, the gates to the Skiff verse are always open if you open your mind to them. PaulSkiff.com. Check it out. Skiff, if you can bless us with some words, brother, I would appreciate it.
Thomas, I was going to ask if I could share the screen because I just want to play a short audio clip. Is that possible?
Yeah, you should have access now.
All right, let's give me a second to get this into effect. Share sound. And where is the sound? Okay. Just about ready to go. So this is a clip. I'm doing the vocals of a poem. I kind of like the poem, but I'm working with Terry King Luck Lewis, the beatboxer, Vocalectrics whiz. And he's just kind of laying down a simple sort of beat floor. He's really staying in the background.
Did you say Vocalectrics whiz?
Yeah, Vocalectrics. That's a term he came up with.
That's what I thought you said. That was the Vocalectrics.
He used to work with guitar phaser box, and he'd put his voice through this guitar phaser box, and you didn't need a band because he was the whole band through that phaser box. It's really genius work he did. I should play a clip where he's really working that box sometime. It's just a totally mind-blowing. Anyway, I don't want to drone on, but I want to get to the recording. And this was all recorded on one of these things called a mini disc player, which is now a kind of ancient technology. Sort of a transitional thing between CDs and completely digital, non-media based recording from the 90s. So this is an improv thing called Nowhere Street. It's about 5 minutes.
Kiss was laid on me by an angel. Telltale his beard used my jawbone to reminisce the solidities of lonely steps on pavement. 5 years of disbelief astonished my lips with hundreds of blank days. Loose among birth's return, the needles that stole his arms forget a ridiculous excuse on the street corner in dim hallways and up on the road. On nowhere street, a kiss was laid on me by an angel. The angel had finished a wandering dance through stupidity humans worship with their lives. A body robs its own future to enliven sick design with opportunities limited. My lack of ability to explain perfectly describes a year to the horizon. On nowhere street, on nowhere street, my eyes and the angels trade their depths where bitterness and strength do the seeing and recognitions hold silence. On nowhere street, a kiss was laid on me by an angel. I do not want to serve the things of the earth. On nowhere street, on nowhere street, on nowhere street, a kiss was laid on me by an angel. A kiss was laid on me by an angel. Till his beard used my jawbone to reminisce the solidities of loneliness. One man offers another on nowhere street. One man offers another on nowhere street. One man offers another on nowhere street. Hey man, where you been for the last 5 years?
There you go.
I love that ending. Hey man, where you been for the last
Fucking new levels of genius, man.
Yeah. And that Yo, you
It
gotta
goes so
share.
many places with that.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Everybody, unmute yourselves
I
and
want
give
to
it
know
up.
the line is I do not want to serve.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Really
Line
in
jamming
there.
the whole time.
I do not
That
want to
kind of
serve something
that
the
kind
earth.
of in inception of love is always appreciated. One love, respect.
That was a heartbeat. That was a
Right.
heartbeat.
Yo, I wanna
But
if you could
Yeah,
share
yeah.
because I know
the-
you worked with this
come on, man.
beatboxer for a minute. I know you got a lot of stuff out there with him. If you could put his name out, links to it, if it's on your website,
Oh,
like your
I
website, like
got
all that, for more
beatboxers.
people to follow you.
If you love beatboxers from Zimbabwe, I can link you up with beatboxers from Zimbabwe from my clan, and they will completely do a beatbox that is not just the beatbox, but a beatbox from the traditional sense.
Oh,
Well, you
You see
should
what I mean?
yeah, yo, you and Skiff need to link up on that one.
I'll
Real
take
talk. Hey,
of
I'll
that. Take
freestyle
a
over
sure
some
thing
of
of that
that.
friendship. Pass it
Yeah.
my way. I'll catch that.
Hey,
Because there's the
hey,
beatbox, there's the
hey,
beatbox,
There's
the
like the
North
Rakim
American
beatbox,
sense,
and then there's the
you
African
and there's the
beatbox.
got a
beatbox in the
you got a
African
beatboxer
sense,
right here.
where they are just using the sounds from the African sense of the Zulu sounds, the Shona sounds, the Xhosa sounds, and everything.
the other percussive elements. Yeah, I definitely would take your introductions anytime.
Okay.
Same here. Yeah.
No.
What was that line? I will not serve.
Oh, I do not want to serve the things of the earth.
Oh man, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
That's a brilliant line.
That's a really important line in the whole anchor of it all. You know,
This
it's
is about
transcendent.
It's about an experience of this really friend, a really wonderful poet, Tito Lespierre, who, like, great number of people fell victim to the pathology of substance abuse, and he would disappear for 5 years and then reappear. So that's sort of where that came from. Yeah, Thomas, I do have a good amount of recorded material working with King Luck. He passed in 2020. At the age of 46 after battling intestinal cancer for about 4 years. But we worked together for
Hey, he fought hard.
Yeah, we worked together for 30 years, and I have tons of stuff.
Is it on your website? Post links, yo, because like I wanna jam.
There's some stuff there with him. I've played a couple of those, but it's just paulskiff.com. And go to the works tab and audio, and there's other tracks with him there. Anyway, I took up enough time. Thank you all. So
Well, we love you, Skiff. You never take up too much time.
No, never
I'm gonna
too
be
much
taking
time.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking up time when Kat and I go to your house when we cross Canada and go down to the States. We stop at your house, and it's like a week, and like I'm shitting with IBS every morning. You're like, get out of my house, and I'm like,
Are you
no, I'm just gonna take up some time.
And you know one thing about you, Skiff, is that you actually have the true history of this.
Yeah.
The
Growing up
recording
around the
stuff.
corner from the New York and all that.
I
like-
tell you, like I have books and books on spoken word. You know what I mean? But I can only go that far. But people like you that truly know this,
lived it,
were there when it happened. That actually can recollect.
Go.
You know what I mean?
Go.
Yeah, I treasure you more than I could treasure, because even in Zimbabwe, right? We had all of these spoken word slams and blah blah. We started all of these slams. You know what I mean? We started them on the path of what had happened before. and we had never known what had happened 10,000 miles away. But we started it still because we knew that spoken word was worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it would resonate transcendence across space time.
a
Link up right
transformation.
here at Open Minds, you know?
Yeah, transformation.
No
doesn't know
idea.
borders.
What
Thank
they
you,
say, no
Zomkhonto.
idea. They say no idea is original.
No idea is original.
Because we
As the
share them
Bible
all,
say,
right?
as the
Yeah,
Bible
gotcha.
says.
It's like discovering
It goes
America.
different ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Different ways.
This
It's
shit
different
was
equations.
there.
It's like
Sorry.
five plus 2, or 4 plus 3, or 6 plus 1. What? It comes out to the same equation. It's this, you know what I mean? Different people found out different ways to get to the same, you know what I'm saying, the same answer.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you, Skiff. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Skiff.
Yeah, that was dope.
And yeah, thanks for your praise,
Yeah,
Zomkhonto.
that was.
Yo, I see you as my brother, my big brother. Like I in that way, like I idolize you. I see how you carry yourself. I listen to the words in between the words in your poetry that most people don't even seem to see or contemplate. But then I see your soul so shining so bright that I can't even read any of the words, and I just flow down this river of your tone.
You know that speaking of
So if
that,
you
when
can,
Paul just played that piece, there was something about listening to Paul. Now, I love it. I could go without the beatbox and with it, but I think, in my opinion, it was more digestible to, I think, a larger audience. I almost saw it like in a rave where everyone was maybe doing some teenager like beat.
I saw lights. Did you see me
yo,
dance?
that'd be a cool ass
Did you
rave.
see
You thumping
me
Paul
dance?
Skiff at your rave. You know you got some good drugs, yo. Like,
Did you see me dancing? Did you see me dancing? I was over here
Kiss
like,
my
oh
angel, kiss
shit,
my
that was
angel. It's like,
that's
yeah,
fun.
ooh, my home sucks, life sucks, but I'm in the
I was
rave.
jamming.
I never
I was
been to
jamming.
those. I'm in a generation before, but I kind of saw it in that vibe of teenagers making their own escape world and trying to think on their own and saying, who are we, where are we, and is what we're being handed real, you know, or can we do better than what we're being handed? Can we make up our own reality and do better than what we're given? And I that was the angel kiss for me in there. I saw that happening. I think it's art. I think that was a great art piece. You know, transcend the traditional forms is what we do. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, you can hear what I was after. Well, I would say working with King Luck, he really transformed what I did. And, you know, like I said, I like this as a poem, but working with him got me to just free up the emotion. And that's just what I go for in it, is that big emotion and connect with that. Get it off the page.
Yeah. In the beginning, it was you heard two different parts, almost like only Sun Ra would play around with, like, you know, different worlds in one song, and then it came together and started to merge a little more toward the second, third, and the last third. It was merged. But in the beginning, it was like you almost had it was like a stereo. It was like coming in. There's the sound and there's the voice and a different language and the sound and the voice, and you could hear that little play, and then it just came together. And then for the rest of the ride, it linked up. I thought that was beautiful.
very beautiful. Hey, let's keep the show going though. Coming up next, we got my boy wishing that the snow would go away, looking up at the sky but seeing only gray. Hoping that the sun comes my way too, man, up here in Canada. Zomkhonto. I love you, brother. If you could bless us with some words, I would greatly appreciate it.
Whoa, is it me you pointed to?
Yeah, bro, it's you.
Oh,
you.
Jesus Christ. All right. Oh, wow. All right, this is the first one that I wrote. This one, it was dedicated to someone that I love. So this is how it goes. For a second, I took my eyes away from the sky, and in just that seemingly infinite nothingness of time, I missed it. I miss you and God locked in a gaze like conjoined spirits in a millisecond that lasted for days. I miss seeing God smile and blink a while to leave butterfly earthquakes in your childlike eyes. I guess I was distracted by the reflection of the sun inside them. I was studying to see if the heat could withstand the stare down. When each single ray walks down inside them and finds a raging fire, unlike the sun could ever dream. When for the first time the sun beholds its reflection in anything else other than water, as if seeing its vision through the mirror made of pure diamonds. Then I noticed you smile wild, and I thought that was odd. And the cloud covered the sun like an eclipse. It was God. That is how I noticed God's reflection on your strawberry lips. I turned around and was amazed. They say, look away when God appears, but I took in God's shapeless form and felt myself burst with the entire unwritten infinite cosmos. I was taken to the utmost where the only other beings were you and me. I remember thinking, if God does this every morning, then he give us a siren warning or something, because when God blinks, God's eyelashes will cause highway crashes as comets fall from the dark night. Because when God winks, it leaves the whole universe less intact and shakes the Milky Way so hard that it gushes into black holes and leaves the sky lactose intolerant. If God does this every day, then this planet is in trouble. You know, I've already dreamed you suckling a child who won't as yet reveal her face in my dreams. Her beauty is still being put together from the veins of medicinal leaves. I think I've told you I've never held pearls in my palms, but I suspect your eyes are pearls. But if God granted me a chance to watch over them tonight, I'll probably wait for you to sleep, then pop them gently like shooting stars out of their constellations, tip them from their sockets into my hands, leave you blind for an eternity. Keep staring at them in my palms until they reveal exactly what you saw in me, because you stared at me expansively and expensively. I'll be too slow to remove my eyes and place them there next to yours until I've memorized the maps of all the places in the world that these pearls in my palm have dreamed to see. Even go back to your past. See every lucky mate that heard the song of those beautiful feet that hold up your resilient bones. I'll treat them like pearls that are crystal balls reading inside the future, divining in them the pain that you've always seen. Whoever saw your pain before me, whoever tried to smile at you before me, who bullied you before me, I can choose my words according to your every emotion. Get your language of sorrow and carefully put every curve of it in the learning of what hurts in the gut sense of words, so as never to punch you there, even with a mistaken elbow. How could I punch you there, even with a mistaken elbow? Who loves you more? Zomkhonto.
Everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for
I could
Zomkhonto.
choose my words from your every emotion. Did you say it? Man, that's scribing.
Dope.
That's scribing.
Sublime,
Some-
just totally
Wonderful,
sublime.
Wow.
You do
Is that on? Is that on papyrus or it carved in hammer and chisel?
Yo,
Which
he
one?
weaves it in the vines of the deepest jungle of his hair. Just everything's all the poetry is written in every dreadlock that he thinks. So every thought is like a bit of his hair
Yeah, but
rolled up. Like that's how he.
Oh,
That's
man,
what
I'm probably the
it's
only
not even
person up here
papyrus and
that
paper.
don't
Like
got
he
no
got that.
hair.
Yeah, he got it in his. Oh,
What'd you say,
Well, the only
godchild?
person up here ain't got no hair. You talking about hair and this?
hey,
I
you
ain't
just
got it. I
shine.
ain't
You
got it.
just shine brighter
I
than
ain't
all of
got
us.
it.
That's it. You just shining brighter
Damn,
than all of us.
I
That's it.
ain't
You just
got it.
shine brighter.
Yo, bro,
You just
you
shine brighter, bro. You shine brighter.
you hate Biden. You hate Biden. You hate Biden.
You
He's
just shining that
Samson.
much brighter,
I'm
man.
Samson after.
I love you, man. I love you, man.
Thank you so much,
I love you,
Zomkhonto.
man. I
And
love you, man.
godchild.
That was
Yo, you just
about
even if you
that
ain't got
was
no hair, you
actually
just shine
about
brighter than us
somebody who
all,
is
man.
on this very same. That was about somebody who's on this very same Zoom, but it's all good.
Peace.
In
No, that was
fact,
dope.
we have a lot of amazing people on this Zoom. One in particular. Um, the next person on this list had a feature for us and canceled due to a tragedy. And then so we all did a cover feature and we sent out so much strength and healing and love that I think we actually performed a miracle. I think the doctor even quoted it as this must have been a miracle. And
Indeed.
so just I'm just so happy that you know Julia's okay and safe and on the bounce back and yeah, like if you could bless us with some words, I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you, Thomas. That would be my absolute pleasure. And didn't I just draw the perfect seat tonight? Because I am going to carry on with exactly the same energy as the poet before me. And I'm going to read two love songs from an as yet unpublished manuscript called Barricade Moon. And the first piece is called Onyx. I hold you between my breasts, not to ease childbirth in the way of medieval midwives, but that I may meet the battles of each new day, inspired by the spirit of Mars, as brave and eloquent as you, my warrior stone. Like Cleopatra's vigilant earrings, you vibrate with me in the face of danger. Once they said you were an ancient demon who awakened at night to sever lovers' bonds, but the milky crystals that shape my hills and valleys know only comfort in your ebony embrace. Safe in the translucent power and courage of one born under the full wolf moon. Poem that I absolutely adore reading. Oblivious. Here are my speckled hands, walnut constellations that tiptoe across an eggshell palette. Here are my wind-swept arms, feeble kites in a gathering breeze. Here is my golden hair, whose roots show my true colors. Here is the inflexible ankle that will never again dare to rise to stiletto's rhythmic heights. And in a moment of weakness that I lament my experienced shell no longer meets him, unblemished as my heart and dreams. Here is my lover's kiss, oblivious to the years we did not share. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, that line, my walnutted hands. Like, yo, everybody unmute yourselves and give all the love you have from Marianne Tefft.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful,
Beautiful.
Wow. Yes,
Thanks
man.
for the mood you created
you.
in the room I'm
Mhm.
sitting in right now. Thank you.
Love you, Marianne. I love you.
I love you too.
Word, 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 word.
It's such a beautiful thing.
There was a moment of witness.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Momentary witness of love.
Yes, yes, yes.
Speaking of momentary witnesses of love, we have Joan in the room, and I don't think I've ever met Joan, or I don't know if Joan has ever read here before, but a momentary experience of love. Can we all just unmute and give a big open mind, open heart, open soul, full of love welcome to Joan?
Welcome,
You,
welcome.
you, what up, what up?
Joan,
You,
welcome.
welcome, welcome.
Welcome home.
Well, thank you, everybody. I didn't plan. I just showed up here as a supporter. It's a bit like if I would go and watch Hamilton, and out of his son at the end, they say, "Come on, Joan, on stage and perform with us," And I wouldn't possibly be able to do that. So I think you're all great poets, and I will not attempt to do a poem. But I did put up a drawing of mine, which is a large piece of dry pastel. And it is a cell, a human cell, and it's a tree of life within a human cell. And it was inspired by an Australian tree, which is multicolored trunk. And there's a little rosebud inside the tree trunk, and it came out while I was living depressions upon depressions, and I was kind of stuck, and I just put a rose in the tree bud, and I'd say the rose is waiting to be born. So it is a tree of life waiting to be born. That's my drawing. So this is it. So my little story.
I love it.
Thank you so much. That was better than a poem. It
Saying
was a
that, and
vision.
then end it with
And
the
she
word
was very
It is a
poetic the way
poem.
she described. Yeah, it was a
That's
poem, the
what I was gonna
description
say.
of it,
Visual
right? Like, what do you,
poetry.
yeah, I'm not a poet.
It
And then
is
she
a poem.
describes this beautiful
Yeah.
It
art
is a
piece with
poem.
pastels you drew.
It
And
is a
just go
poem.
back and listen to the recording, and then write it all down, and then just do a
Yeah,
little
and
bit
you
of
have a
tightening up, and
poem.
then at the bottom,
That's
sign
the
it.
description of the
Poem.
poem.
DC is
The
right on that
imagery
poem right
about the
there.
rose
Exactly.
is it. Yes.
Okay, how
About
about this?
healing.
Everyone who's
It's
on a
inside
computer who
me. It's
can't,
waiting to be
or
born. It's
if
multicolored. It's rooted. It's inside of a cell. It's
it's
all
so
there.
beautiful. It's the tree of life
I
waiting
love
to
it.
be born, right? Because it's
Never
in itself.
write a poem. Let the poem.
I think we
Gorgeous.
should all write an
It's
sphrastic piece on Joan's artwork. Joan, if you would
there. You
be
go.
so kind as to send it to me maybe on email, and I'll post it
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Instagram. and we'll all write an
I'll write one.
spastic poem about this beautiful thing. Because you say you don't write poetry, you didn't have to, you drew it. And you drew 1,000,000 poems because it's the tree of life waiting to be born. So you've created this beautiful cell, this beautiful seed. If you would allow us poets to be inspired by your artwork, I would feel absolutely honored to post
You
it on the
know,
Open Minds channel as an
It's really
beautiful.
You know what? I think
Thousand
you just
words.
started. I think you just started another open mic where you show up and you bring your original art and you say something about it, and then you email anyone who wants to write about it, and then they come back the next week.
Yeah,
and
we
you
do.
show
We
the
ask
art.
the next
Everyone
person.
shares
I like that.
their original poem about the non-poet artist who really is a poet, but then
All right,
shows
who's
their
down
art.
for spastic and spastic Saturdays? Like,
Oh, I'm down. I'm down.
All right,
I'm
well,
down.
I love
already
it.
got like
I love
5
it.
pieces already. Yeah.
all right,
Yo,
yo,
like I said, the pictures, what?
can you?
That's it. I'm gonna
Words.
do one, Joan, just to get it rolling. No matter what happens, I'm gonna send you my email.
Yeah, you need to right now. We all need to get a hold of you.
You did? No, it's all
So
your fault.
post your Instagram or email or something. I'll post my email that I'm gonna post it on Open Minds. We all want to write an spastic poem about this beautiful art piece that you made.
There you go.
And thank you so much for showing up and listening to us and being here. And yeah, we may be Hamilton, but you're the Lion King. You know, right? Like it's so yeah, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for sharing that artwork. And please post some info here. I'll post my email if I have to. I don't know for fun. I want to post it out, and we all want to write poetry about your beautiful artwork. We love it.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
I
Joan, I
appreciate
just
it.
put my email. I'm waiting on it. All right.
Okay.
Okay, that's one down.
All right, speaking of following people too, if you guys aren't following this next artist, y'all need to, cause he be posting dope poetry all day, every day. Um, Coming up too, he's gonna be featuring here. So yeah, I think it's another month or so away. Can't find the book right now because it's dark in the room. But I'm just gonna show hella love for this next person and just ask if Principe Guity Jr. could bless us with some words. I greatly appreciate it. Wait, I think you're muted. I might have muted you because I had to mute a bunch of people.
I'll be reading 2 poems tonight. The first poem is untitled right now. The colorful sky is blooming bright. It is foreign to new eyes. In the dawn, it bonds with the surrounding air all around it. You can calmly heave as if you're meditating. I do this often while watching a citrus colored ball creep up to my view. I can't wait for the invisible string to pull me along again, or else I won't walk Cornelia Street of heaven again. Like a crystal ball, it's shimmering brightly, and I stand still. My racing, and I stand still. My racing thoughts come to a halt and stop. Soon enough, soon enough, I become one with the sun to be a jewelry upon the world. That's the first poem. Next one was called Daylight Eyes. Daylight eyes, penetrating
countless souls along his way, always wagering war between love and hate or give and take. It's a battle to choose. It's looking for the blue clues, deciding if someone is a man is born or the lady with the blues, whom daylight eyes need to query further, showing them eye proof, and they won't be deceived by what they receive. Thank you.
Fuck yeah, bro. That was dope. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Principe Guity Jr. Where's the bug, babe? When was featuring next? It's like
more.
Yeah, I know. Y'all gonna get a whole feature set from Principe coming up here as soon as my wedding. I forget what date it was. Yeah. Oh, wherever my clipboard is.
I need me a feature.
I need me a feature too, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you on a feature. So we haven't started booking past June yet. I want to get Cora in June, the first month of June. We got here. Let catch y'all up on the features real quick. Who we got coming up, and I'll book you in right now too, because we got dates and stuff, right? So actually, June 7th, Cora, are you still with us? No, Cora dipped out, but I'm gonna holler at Cora. I want to get Cora for June 7th, and then yeah, Prince Fee's April 26th or 26th. And Godchild, let's see. So I haven't flipped the page yet. I ran out of June here. Was it? I want to actually, if Poetic Desire Easter, yo, Godchild, would y'all be interested in doing like a double feature? Like y'all can have like an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long you want. You can do your individual features like back to back, intertwined. However, like
we can just do a round robin.
Do a round robin.
oh, go like a round robin feature, like where y'all just
Back to back.
what lace them up. Yes. So what's after June is July, which I can't write on this page either. Huh? I'm gonna get the calendar out. I'm gonna get y'all booked up because we all booked up till June. I'm gonna throw her in the 7th. Yeah, Prince P is coming up on the 26th. So that's not next Friday or the next, but yeah, 3 Fridays from now. Prince P. And then July, we got Godchild and Poetic Desire.
Poetic.
But next on the list, we got Prince P. Oh, we did Prince P just now. Oh wait, we got Poetic Desire. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's right. I got so mixed up with the booking up for the feature. I'm like, I went to, yeah, I had the different thing. Okay. So here's a little preview of the feature that y'all gonna be seeing coming up here in July.
All right. Poetic Desire with a K. You can find me on IG and Facebook. It's National Poetry Month, so I've been actually writing like crazy for once. So here are 2 new ones based on some of these prompts that I've come across. So the first one is compare being stuck in your head like being stuck someplace else. It's called Stuck with Delayed Ruminations. Stuck in my head like delayed airplane flights, destination of these thoughts became unknown. I'm stuck grounded at home base, denied visitors takeoff to implementation of prospected paradises, whirlwind of Tasmanian anxiousness echo amongst the corridors of each terminal. Synapses of failed connections, fixated on flashing messages, glaring red departures on hold. Time tick, tick, ticking like molasses, hours upon hours awaiting updated green status announcing all clear. It's a go to board. Inspiration sparked, revelations transpired, acceptance allowed, mind ready for journeys to take flight. But instead, I'm stuck flipping through my mind's millions of post-it notes, like going through TSA, removing pieces that require X-rayed examinations, scanning the rest of my subconscious for magnetized consciousness, digging for awakenings lying beneath creviced vessels, yielding sensical unravelings to past security checkpoints granted access to travel winds of exposés. Patience wears thin, witnessing others bored carefree, their mental capacity flows with ease, writer's block non-existence, worried troubles appear absent, insecurities safely pass inspection. Communication glides effortlessly, walking through conversations as seamlessly as walking flattened escalators of people moving auto walks. Mind caves in with looped confusions, amongst deja vu surroundings as restless as layover connections, on pause like sleeping travelers, bored and tired from awaiting confirmations. I end up talking to me, myself, and I in third-person narratives, analyzing first-person perspectives through second-person internalized voices, staring in despair out the concourse windows as free thought departs without delay for those unhindered by multiple personalities crowding the runways of their mind's control tower. Ready to check into my gate to board coach seats of clear minds, I doubt affordability of ever riding first-class ticket of awareness for service benefits to my mentalities. Discover I'm flying high as solo passenger through these mind-mapped itineraries, no longer piloting with confidence, just flying on autopilot towards Overthinker's Island, a getaway for getting away from rationality, charting every course based on my unchecked baggage of perceptions through impressionistic ruminations. Walking through aisle seats, I don't need to opt for more legroom. I need more space to think, so I search for a preferred window seat so that I can peer out the glass pane, let my eyes trace the path of the metallic wings to guide my stuck mind to float upon silver lining clouds of dreams and release my imaginations to fly carefree. All right. And then the second one, words fall from the sky. Like sunshine rays, glowing heated energy, I see reflections of imagined words radiating, dangling a glow like Super Mario's floating golden coins, where my sight of vision traces all the in-between spaces, a trail that travels from my eyes to the endless horizon, jumping to collect all the hidden treasures, as many as my mind can build poetically versed measures, to store each jeweled expression until I can spread the wealth to beggared ears who value sentiments meant to break through their atmosphere. For once clouds of communication come rolling in thick with inspiration, a buildup of parts of speech play tag in the sky until they join together as recruited red rovers, a canopy chain of captioned dictions creating magical wordplays of truth and fiction. Witness a thunderous applaud of collaboration, stomping out downpours of pronunciations, sprinkling articulations of spoken word upon deaf eyes, blind ears, awaiting for senses to become attuned, awakened, dancing and raining floods of broken syllables, seeking releases of fresh views to put together new compounds of symbiotic translations. After the rain of words splashed into the ether, dissipating back into the winds of its destined author, utopian dreams are carried upon the breeze to arching rainbowed imaginations, refracting life's varied colors, living on through artistic storytelling, because of words that fell from the sky, droplets of profound phrasings becoming a poet's prized possession, to craft definitions of emotions and experiences one never thought words could be found to paint of its illustration. End poem.
The words can never be found to paint illustration. You're so dope. I'm excited for this feature. So July 5th is what we got y'all booked in for, if that's cool with y'all. Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Now,
everybody give it up.
Now, wait a minute, Easter. You know that first poem needs to be played over the PA inside the
Yeah,
airport.
right?
That
Definitely.
would be
Everybody,
interesting.
yeah, open up your mics and give it up for Easter Poetic
Yes,
Desire.
yes. I'm right beside her.
Yeah, woo-hoo-hoo.
Give her a big high five for me, yo. Here, let's see. Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Hey, internet high five. Cool. Thanks, bro. Yeah, so you're up next, godchild. If you want to bless us with some words too, man, give us a little preview for July 5th, man. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, man. All right. I'm let me do a haiku right quick, or American Sentence. This is my book. It's on Amazon. It's called My First Form. It's a haiku and American
Link it
Sentence
up.
book.
Link it up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dope. And plus, I got my albums. I got like 4 albums. Yeah, I got like 4 spoken word albums. But yeah, I'll do this. Get out the way. I just want to add on to the energy in the room and peace to everybody that's in the chat and everything. Peace and love. Like I enjoyed everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is dope. I love it. All right, this one. Lose your mind. Let it fall into the page. And then plant your feet until you become part of the stage. Become a vessel, unrecognizable to your own self, to the point that even your mother is skeptical, thinking that you have to be someone else. I mean, whatever you're doing, be what you're doing. Misplace yourself on purpose. Be the embodiment of outer body on surface until your epidermis matches your inner workings. So you got to get out to get in. I mean, you got to get in to get out. I mean, look, whatever way you go in, this choose a different route. Just make sure you don't know where you're going because there is no destination. It's only a journey, and the journey is eternity, trying to find forever within a few minutes. Seeming like I get older after I write every sentence, but I write like periods don't exist. Be so into what you're into that you become the utensil and people can actually eat off you. That's food for thought, or rather thought for food. That way, while you're feeding them, they will never get full. That's manner and grammar. Questions become inadequate for answers. You go in without an entrance or exit, a backwards, dyslexic, actually project, mental calisthenics, making your synapses flex. Rapid eye movement while you're wide awake, avatar state, making the word that lay heavily on your heart levitate because what you have to say has weight. See, thoughts are things. All things come from thought. So by that logic, if I think hard enough, I can actually conjure something up. I mean, freestyle creation with or without mics, acoustics are translucent, sound touches light, and then bends sight right in front of eyes. Metamorphosize, shapeshift, make your expression so expressive that it actually gives a crowd a facelift. See, you didn't even know you were genetically predisposed to this. You just had to be introduced to it. And as soon as you were, it was like kismet, a predestined prerequisite. What seems impossible becomes effortless. That's when word actually becomes flesh, bones, dressed in loose leaf like you bleed ink. I mean, tantric speech, knees weak, but still able to stand up for what you speak. All you are is thought, put in shell, a masterpiece in a frame so frail. Like, yo, I said all that to say, like, imagine the goosebumps were braille. If you could feel me, it ain't hard to tell. If you could look at me as something like Morse code as well, because only with your hands and your eyes you can read or spell the unlifted veil. I'm so much in my zone that it feels like home. And that's exactly the moment where I started this poem.
Yo, stop it with that shit, bro. What?
Oh, and I did, and I did, and I did my haiku.
That's a
I
masterpiece.
didn't read my haiku.
That's a
All
motherfucking
right.
A favorite.
That thing has just got everything in it.
I know. He's like, hold on, I got a haiku. We're like, hold up, you just fucking blew our minds, bro.
It's in
He's
your
like, yeah,
book.
but I got haiku. Hold up, like, hold up.
Wait. It's in
Yeah,
his
that
book?
poem's in his book. Yeah.
Put the exclamation point on it. We put the exclamation point
My
on it.
email's in there. Send me a link,
Yeah.
man. We
I
gotta
read
put
the
that thing in
haiku.
my
Read the
hand.
haiku.
I gotta
All
keep
right.
that thing in my hand. That's a cover to beat.
Yo, and I
I'm
got,
already gonna
yo, that's recorded. Like I got like I said, I got 4 spoken word albums. I got 2 books. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got my material. I've been doing shows out here. I'm in the 757 in Virginia. I've been doing shows out here forever, and it's like I stopped doing my thing for a while because I didn't have the energy for it. But it started looking for me. Like people just started
We
hitting me up,
found you. We
hitting me
found
up.
you.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. And Easter nudged me so much. Like I got to do it. So I'm gonna end this off with a haiku. Got a snap for haiku. And I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna snap for haiku. Snap for haiku. Religion is used in an all is religion is used as an alternative for drugs and alcohol.
That's real. Everybody, unmute yourselves and get up for Godchild. Use his religion in place of drugs or alcohol.
Where do you live? What state you in? Can I ask?
Virginia.
That was wonderful, godchild.
That was
Appreciate you.
It's a masterpiece work. It's beautiful.
Hey, you and I need to start hit up and get on that freestyle tip, man.
Yo, I saw your
gotta hit me up.
message. I saw your message on IG. I was like, oh snap! I ain't see it till a couple of days later, but I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we'll
I
get
showed
on it.
Easy.
It's all good, man. We'll get on it. We'll get on it, bro.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for blessing the mic.
Godchild 360 on Instagram.
I got a link in the chat for you, bet.
Yeah, hit me up, man. Got it.
Come back here again.
Got to.
And if not, we could just call Easter and Barry be like, you better grab him by the ear and pull him down and throw a phone in front of him and turn it on.
Look, she right here in front of me doing
That's what I mean. But
right
yeah,
now.
you got
Doing stuff here. She's funny.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much. I'm looking forward to the back and forth feature. Y'all gotta think of that because y'all gotta like lace up the poems just right when you're doing
you already
round
know.
robin. It's gotta be it's gonna be this back and forth epic drama. Like, oh, I'm excited, yo. Bless. Coming up next though, we've got one of my favorite women in the entire world, Miss Teresa Gallion. Looking so beautiful over there with that little flower blouse she have on, with that beautiful smile. And I could feel your soul from here. I could see it through the screen, but I could feel it from here, all the way up here. So if you could bless us with some of the words, I would appreciate it.
Thank you, Thomas. I'll read two pieces, and one from my book from Egypt and one from poetry I've begun to work on again on my other book. Behold me. A nightingale sits on the foot of Ramesses III. He stares beyond my physical body. No outward sound comes from his throat. Yet I feel the engaging deep lyrics within. It is a welcome song to enter the tomb. I feel an empathetic body lean against my light body with the scent of love rolling from eyes that see through me. What is the message for me as I enter this tomb, greeted with hello? My spiritual wings open and light flows through me. The intensity of the message floats across the tomb's wall. Welcome, dearly beloved. How has your journey progressed the last 1,000 years? Let's talk. I want to behold your magnificent spirit shining through.
Make sure y'all go and order that book. Come you I got to cover 2 of them on a Chaos Magic, and it was beautiful. So I thank you for allowing me to do that.
Thank you. The next one is called Open Arms. When you learn to swim through waves of pain, you are on the path to freedom to be you. Let all your healing bleed on the blank space. Climb the white walls of your writing room and smack the ceiling with word power. Watch a stream of lines reach for the floor. Now sweep them into stanzas with your delicate broom straws. Let them float around the room. You have entered the place of imagery and amazement where flowers bloom from words. Water has no remorse for those who bathe in need of purification. Come hither and float in the pure flow of lyrics. When you are ready, I will take you to the writer's lodge. Thank you.
Wow, keep going with that pen. And I'm excited for the next, but you just dropped that. You already got that fire for the next one. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Miss Teresa Gallion.
Teresa, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, smack the ceiling with word power. That's one of those lines I want to have on a plaque on my
Right?
wall.
Came in the mail this week.
Oh,
Nemo!
you got yeah, Nemo got the book.
Yeah,
Everybody
comedian.
go get that book. Comedian.
Look,
But not only say smack the
you got
cymbal,
receipts.
let the
You
lines
got
rain down and then collect the stanzas on the ground or something. It was just like, oh, so dope. Yeah, if you could make sure that we get that or link, or just it's on Amazon, right? Search
I'll
Teresa
put,
Gallion on
yeah,
Amazon.
it's on Amazon or through my
Or through,
publisher.
yeah.
I'll put it in the chat.
Make sure you guys are all as happy as Nemo is right now, holding that book in his hands.
you got
Yeah.
receipts. You got a receipt right there.
And nah, he snatched it off the truck, man.
It fell off the back of a truck.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much. And speaking of Nemo Sum, you're up next. It's great seeing you. You had a birthday recently, so I would ask everyone to unmute themselves and wish Nemo Sum a happy belated birthday.
Bless
Happy
born.
birthday, Nemo!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Blessings to you.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Another time around the soul, man.
Many more. Many more.
Thank you, everyone. I actually came down with a terrible cold over the weekend and have spent the last 5 days on my back, including my birthday. So, I'm going to be celebrating it later. So it's actually not even belated. So anyways, but thank you
Well,
so much.
here to future celebrations once you feel better.
Right? Yeah, no, I'm going to be making my favorite part is yet to come. I'm going to be baking a cake with my daughter. So that's my favorite part. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, I have 2 micro triptychs that are connected, so I'm just going to read them back to back. Phuong. Heels overhead, no direction, only velocity and the violence of being flung. The witch doctor shakes, standing by the dying fire, and wonders what value he has when his staff is broken and the dust in his bag was long ago spent. No farmer, miller, smith, or haberdasher. He cannot count more than the holy numbers. He doesn't know how to calm a horse or weave a basket. He isn't the best dancer in town, and he's only ever read scripture. He's never dug a ditch or bound a wound, never carried water from the well, never baked bread. He has never circled his opponent with a bronze sword clutched in his iron grip, waiting for the metallic tang of blood in his teeth. The witch doctor trembles, standing by the dying fire, and wonders what value he has now that his staff is broken and the dust in his bag was long ago spent. I woke this morning to find myself changed. My jaw is sore from grinding, but that's nothing new. I had to untangle myself from the machine that keeps me sleeping, as I do every morning. One machine to make me sleep, one machine to wake me. I won't look at myself in the mirror. Maybe I'm afraid to see my true face, or maybe I can't bring myself to look into those sad eyes anymore. Some days, the horns are heavy, and my head is bowed, and my mood is dark, and my heart feels like it will never heal. When gods meet men, they make monsters. When monsters mate, do they make a man no god would claim? Woke this morning to find myself changed. Watching the light crawl down the wall of the labyrinth of his childhood, Icarus waits for noon. The warmth on his face is no replacement for the love his father gives his work and not his son, but it's something. The boy knows if he ever gets his freedom, he's going to find a way to be closer to the sun. Turning the corner on a familiar street, I encountered myself when I was just a boy, walking headlong into the storm. And I wanted to shout some warning, share some wisdom that would spare him from the wind that batters with words. But I never did learn how to dodge a lightning bolt. And this charred heart doesn't hold any answers. I only survived the ordeal. I never mastered it. So I watched him go alone and unprepared into the rain. As I stood silently twisting tragedy into verses he'll write someday. I'm monitoring swarm size, measuring wing shapes, noting markings. Are there fractals in their feathers? I'm analyzing the waveforms of their screeches, looking for consistencies, hoping for patterns, trying to make some sense of their calls. I'm learning to navigate through the tangle of talons, trying to remember that the cuts are only ever skin deep, that I will heal eventually. That even when the sun is blotted out by beating wings, it's still there. Thank you.
Yo, those triptychs did go together, man. That was and I've heard a couple of those before, and I love how you just mix and match them too, like and just it's a fun game. It is. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Nemo Sum.
Nemo,
Thanks, Nemo. I know that it's not easy to step up and to get so close to one's own self a lot, and it takes a lot of courage. So thanks for that.
Thank you.
And it was a beautiful thing that you did earlier when she read the poem about her brain and said, I know you guys think that, but you're an example of how that persistence is never ending healing and how many people you have healed by facing your own dark stuff and then scribing it into art and then giving it to us and still feeling it. And yet I've seen you laugh and smile, which is my favorite thing to do in life.
I love it. Look at that. Look at that laugh. There it is. Oh, I love that. That's what I'm.
Yeah, we've seen you play classical piano, so we know
Yeah.
a few more levels than one here.
Oh, and an amazing cookie. I guess it's a baker. I guess a baker.
Yeah, baker. You know,
Baker, an
I make a
amazing
mean, I
cook.
make
He made
mean
some mean
cookies
cookies.
and
And
cake.
I want to be there when the candle gets blown out if I can. I want a slice of that cake. I don't know, it's not gonna happen, but I know I just my dream.
Oh,
I'm a
we're gonna
dream.
make that happen. It's gonna happen at the Open Minds Cafe whenever we get that established. We're all gonna link up for everybody's
You're gonna
birthday
have to
every
open
year.
one in every state now. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to open one in every
It's
state though, in every county. Oh geez, there has to be about 800 of those things. Oh geez,
Uh,
now I'll be a chain. I hope that won't suck.
as long as we got Nemo's cookies, everything will be all good.
Uh,
CC, you're up next on the round, and then we got
no.
Debbie Segal to close out the night, and then we might go into a round two. We don't
All right.
know. For the recording, you should have been there. Maybe we go all night. Who knows? But yeah, so we go CC and then Debbie, and then the recording go off, and we'll go round two and continue on into the open room
Well,
all night.
you
Last poet
know,
standing.
cool. You know, Paul did that piece with the angel thing, and that's still resonating. And then Godchild did his piece that was just like, and then so it just made me think of one of the greatest people crossed the path of my lives, and that Doc Cody, David Doc Cody. He's gone now. Brilliant man, lifted me up, basically believed in me, didn't try to fix me or change me. He just got behind me, and all my books went through him, and I was blessed to have him it was like a father. But when I said you're like the best friend I ever had to him, and in the spirit of this beautiful man, he said, I said, you're the best friend I ever had. I said, I'm not your friend. He goes, patience and humility. Patience, and those are your two best friends, your only best friends, the only one you'll ever have. Okay, that's motherfucker. That Doc was a man. So this is Poet Doctor. It's the last piece in my book, or near the end anyway. Oh, angel, angel of light, angel of dark, angel of nothing. Oh, empty, empty angel. Oh, angel, angel of raw love, angel of hungry, angel of no one. Angel, angel of no chance. Oh, catcher, catcher of words, words falling to the refuse of language, to the soil of grammar, in a garden of art, on a world of literature, under a sky of poetry, and round the sun of reminders so blinding. Oh, Dharma, Dharma of laughter, poet, doctor of truth's end. Oh, harsh, gentle kindness. Oh, you critical love seed. What? Oh, what comes and transcends from a poem? What? Oh, what comes and transcends from no thing. And I think Paul knows why that line makes me happy. And now I'm going to give it to you, the song. The good news on the lyric writing, I don't know how long I've been doing it. Feels like years, but I think it started in either October last year or the one before, I don't know. But I've got 17 songs, and I'm now working with a transcriber. And the first song is half done. The one he's working on, I forget the name of it, which one it is. I think I Will Not Die Today is now headed towards sheet music, so it's going to be published. And the next one that I'm going to be doing working on tonight, sending him the next video over my shoulder so he could see it, and it's going to be the lyrics and the bass, and he's good. He's my dear friend from my funk physics days, Derek Boss. He's doing the transcribing. So, parenting of life. I believe in the parenting of life, and no one owns a woman This is the highest art form, and the abuse of innocence is the highest crime. I believe the only way to rise is to always fall true and never be above you. And I believe forgiveness is a mirror. You need no fist, word, or hammer to break reasons into blame. And I believe belief must not fear dying. And you should never fear to ask a naked, honest question. And I believe that being wrong's a blessing. And when you still don't know the answer, the law of love is one. I believe in the parenting of life. And no one owns a woman. No one owns a child's love. No one owns a child's love. No one owns a child's love.
Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for
Oh, you
CC
took us to church, man.
Arshagra. Tell you, one of my top 5 favorite musicians, man. And I like a lot of different music, man. Like I see your soul when you play them keys.
I keep hearing your piano playing getting more astute.
Yeah.
Every day this piano is still in my life is a miracle. I swear, every day. I don't play it much at night anymore because of the sound, and you know I was playing like 3-4 hours between 1 and 4 in the morning, and I got the kibosh on that. But because I was going
Well,
like,
it's truly a
"Rah!"
blessing to us all. Yeah. Maybe not
Waking
so
up.
much your neighbors, but it's truly a blessing to all of us.
No,
We
it's a
appreciate it.
godsend. It's gotta respect the home, you know. It's not my home.
Yeah.
So anyway, I try. I do my best. But
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much,
Thank you for your
CC.
encouragement. It's this community is what fuels this. So without you guys, and Elemental was the first one to give me a hard time and then not give up. So I gave him a rash of shit about that, but I'm grateful.
I used to tell you too, you're like, oh, I'm not much of a musician, but I'll play it. I'm like, you can't say that
Well,
because you're one of my, and I'll say right now to this day still, you're one of my favorite music, top 5 favorite musicians.
okay.
And it's because I can see your soul, and I feel when you play, like, it could just be personal preference, but like, I don't know, just something about your songs like really just fucking grab me, and just like
Yeah, I appreciate that, you know.
it's
That's just a
Poetry and
bad habit.
lyrics is not. Go ahead,
It's a
Paul.
bad habit, Cece. Everybody has it, thinking that you don't measure up when it's not about measuring anything. It's about
No.
just being who you are,
Who,
right?
yeah. Yeah, no
I've
one
had
can
this
tell
thing.
you to be how to be you, or if you're a musician or you're not. You're you, and we fucking love you being you.
I love you guys. Like, it doesn't get much better than this. I'll tell you that much. Fuck the Grammys. Just give me some friends. Just give me some true friends.
Right. All right.
Thanks,
Well, coming up
everybody.
next.
I have to.
All right, Skiff, we love you. Take care. Frogg Corpse is up next. If you wanted to stick around for that, I mean, he's gonna
But
end out
Debbie,
round
Debbie's
one.
here too, right?
No, Debbie had she had to leave.
Oh,
A bunch of people dropping off. So whoever can stick around, Frogg Corpse, and then round two, I'll have to edit the list some, but I got a poem, and then I actually want to show you guys something. If it's gonna be a small room, I could share a little something. But the recording's still going, so we'll talk
the
about
message
future plans
to
in a
do,
minute.
so I'll
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
for Frogg Corpse. Though I'm
yeah.
staying for Frogg.
Frog, if you could close us out, man, and just taint my mind with beautiful visions of this grandeur death, or whatever you have, I would appreciate it.
All right, what's up? I got you. All right, so wrote one the other day. Let's see. I'm trying to find where it. There we go. All right. The prompt by Dane. I'm late to the party. I grabbed the Mad Dog 2020 for nostalgia. 2020 meaning you won't see with that skelevision after one fucking bottle. I bring a throwback of blackouts to each porch. One's riddled in regret and vomit. Your buddy brought the Jägermeister for the young, naive, and impressionable whose deprecating pressure to hold up with the big dogs will send them to the floor in under an hour, induced by a black licorice poisoning. The stoners are sitting on a sofa, swallowing room temperature Taco Bell, trying to save what little grace was left while crawling toward the jungle juice bathtub to fill the bong. We saved the whiskey for your headbutting friend. The one who always picked a fight with the refrigerator and then blamed it on the cabinets. I bear these gifts of wine and rum because only real men drink something with flavor, knowing the present dangers of the previous mistakes. The vodka tastes of paint thinner and hubris. The tequila unclogs the kitchen sink. That draft beer your buddy brought spends more time in the bathroom, missing the moment, stumbling in at the last second while your neighbor's mailbox ends up in their pool. And with this gin, your friend now weds one of the last designated drunk drivers to keep the party going. And then this last one is one that I'm working on. Well, it's already done, but I'm doing a limited run of 100% handmade books with Chad Horn, poet from Kentucky. Put the gun in my mouth last night, tied off an old phone cord, stared relentlessly at a knife, wrote my last wishes, checked the space where I stashed my coin, walked past the dirty dishes, counted the beer bottles lined up for refills, moved the dying plants over a few spaces, watched the mail pile on the table, tiptoed in shoes over the piss-stained carpet, pages of poetry scattered along the floor. Centipede runs its route. 3 a.m. mental maelstroms. All of the days bleed the same. Time blurred without one iota of a fuck. Put the cord in my mouth. Stared relentlessly at a gun. And swallowed the knife. Thank you.
Thank you. It's made me feel like I swallowed a knife. I have no words. Frog, that first piece to the descriptors in it. Like every time I hear you, I learn more, and I just love all the advice that you give to me and other people in the community. I respect your level of craft. And I personally want to thank you for blessing us with these words on these mics, man. Like, I appreciate you, brother, like big time.
Thank you very much.
If everyone could unmute yourselves and give it up for Frogg Corpse.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frog. And what do you mean by handmade books? Give a little description of what you're doing there. I'm going into
I know,
chapter.
and I was literally sending him a message about a book that I'm making that I wanted him to help me with. And he's like, to my handmade
Are
books.
you
I'm like, oh,
talking like making is it special paper? Or are you just doing the whole thing at home? Is it gonna be hardcover
Oh,
book binding or what?
it'll be paper,
it's gonna
custom
be
paper,
sheepskin, you know.
custom paper, stamps, all sorts of collage shit in it. It's gonna be 100% scratch. Buddy's got a press and homemade shit, so we're gonna be running probably like 20 prints of those, maybe if
Okay.
that. I think that's about the number that he's doing, and they're all gonna be handwritten too. So there's a lot of work putting in. I'm not doing the handwriting. You wouldn't be able to read my fucking left-handed demonic mess. But Chad Horn's gonna transcribe that because he has more legible handwriting, and he's gonna add some of his poetry too, and some crazy wood stamping work and just collage shit. So it's gonna look real interesting.
Hey man, I'm broke, dude. I got no money at all. Like we're barely feeding ourselves and we're homeless. We're lucky to be sheltered somewhere for now. But if you could for my birthday, June, send me one of those handcrafted books, or if someone could donate to buy one of them off of Frog, I would absolutely love to have like that would be my ultimate birthday present. Like
Yeah, I can throw one for, or actually, I can save one for you until then, because I estimate it'll probably be until then before they drop. Not unless this dude doesn't sleep for like fucking 3 weeks, and
well,
then it might
you got like
fucking drop
almost
back
3 months, just under
Yeah,
3 months to, and if
It's
you can,
done when it's done. Shit
yeah,
like
if you
that
can
can take
get,
a week.
yeah,
It could
yeah.
take a year. It's done when it's done, Frog.
Well, it depends on how much, they want to prick themselves for little blood drops on the art, on the,
Oh,
paper and shit.
there actually is. That's not a joke. There will probably be
Yeah,
DNA
probably, yeah.
involved. Yes, because of the way that
Can
they're
you
made.
make one intentionally for me, knowing that it's
Yeah,
for my
I mean, I
birthday?
can smear black handprints and shit on it too. Yeah,
I love
thumbprint,
you. I
like some
fucking love
blood.
you,
Like
brother.
I said, putting it together, you're probably gonna both fucking leak out some when we hook up to do that. So it'll be fucking interesting, and they'll be numbered too on the back. So there'll be the limited print
Yeah.
edition. And
Ah,
once those go, that's it. Like there's not going to be a fucking rerun. So it'll be just this project. Yeah, and eventually I'll try to get Chad Horn either here or somewhere. Eventually, he's not a technological dude, but I can pull him in some Zoom rooms sometimes when he can have access to a excuse me, to some sort of interact access fucking place, because I think he lives out in central Kentucky in the rural parts. So
you
yeah,
got to bring him in the city with that Wi-Fi. Yo,
yeah.
be on the
Oh
lookout for
yeah.
that book. Frog, plug anything you have. We're gonna close out the recording in round one and then continue on live with the folks we have here. So if
Oh,
anybody want to say goodbye, Frog, plug your shit.
I'm gonna plug it. All right. So coming up at the end of April, last day, I'll be in Owensboro, Kentucky, at the Bard and Busker Festival, which is going to be an all-day event at the Bridge Brewery. It'll be composed of multiple poets and musicians, and there'll be art vendors. So you'll have prints and all that shit. And then July 26th through 28th, we'll be doing Insomniac-a-thon in Louisville, Kentucky with poet Ron Whitehead. And there'll be over 100 poets and over 30 bands performing in 56 nonstop hours at St. Philip of Neri, which is a cathedral chapel turned into an art space. And I will be also hosting on July 27th of that run a 1 hour open mic from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. Never to be duplicated, replicated, or even fucking recorded event right there with Elemental. Should he?
Oh, what?
Yeah, L will be coming to town, and if CP can get his shit together, CP will be there. And I got Lisa Mendoza, Sean Childress, an actor, and a lovely reader with a voice. He's fucking amazing. And a few others coming from out of state to
Is there a
link
piano
up
in the room?
No, but there can be. Because I mean, I haven't. Yeah, and I'm keeping this casual as fuck. There's no going to be set times, so it's going to be kind of like, oh, you want to read now? Okay, cool. Well, all right, we'll let you do your thing for a minute, and then be like, hey, yo, yeah, you feeling the vibe to fucking step up now? All right, let's get it. So like, there's not going to be like you're going to have 15, you're going to have no, fuck that. We're all going to do it in
Okay, he's gonna
collaboration.
get in and jump to it.
And at the end, we're all going to freestyle. And if we bomb, we bomb. If you fucking sail, you sail. Either way it goes, it's going to be, improv on the spot for one of those, and it will not be replicated ever again.
So the entire event is more than one day, right? It's a few days.
Hell yeah. So 56 nonstop hours. It's going to run from Friday to probably Sunday night. It's going to start Friday at noon. It'll probably be $10 a ticket, 20 for overnight, and then those that are performing get in free. So yeah, it'll be 3 days. The last one that was held was some years ago in New Orleans, and it was done at Howlin' Wolf and a
So I'm
couple
starting
other.
to GoFundMe to fly me down to Frogg's event.
Yeah.
So so just one more time, the dates. The
They
dates
get the
again.
dates and time so I can start the recording. We can continue on around two.
So it will officially kick off at noon, July 26th. It will end probably July 28th or 29th. I can't remember because they extended the hours from 48 hours to 56 now because there's how many people are on fucking board and going to be in that.
I'll call Ron. I'll be in touch with you, and I'm gonna aim for a dream trip. I'm gonna try and road trip.
Make sure y'all be there.
I'm on the East Coast, so it's not as hard. I could just